Oh.
Hello and welcome back to Xpwaste, where you just got to call the drop and you'll get it. I'm Michael.
And I'm Oxie. If you're new around here, welcome. Hope you're having a very happy new year because it's currently January 1st and we're in the recording booth bringing you like 99% old school RuneScape content. The 1% is literally everything else. We're not entirely sure what it's going to be. We can guarantee RuneScape. We can guarantee tangents. Everything else is up for grabs. Who's to say? If you're not new around here, what a time. What a time. Last night was fun. We had the rolling New Year's Eve party and we were all, at least today, I was dead. Some of the other people we're talking to were dead. Yeah, if you're not new around here, I'm a lot better at raids when I'm drunk, turns out. So how are you, Michael? How are you? It's a great way to come back. Great way to come back. The returners, like, they're okay. They know. You know?
I did want to make a comment. The only thing not changing in 2023 is the tangents. So buckle up.
Are other things gonna change in 2023?
They may.
About the show?
Like, I'm just saying, the show may evolve. We may add. We may remove. But the only thing that's staying here is the tangents, and I can guarantee that because I get off topic, Oxie gets off topic, and we kind of just talk, and that's a thing.
I can't.
That's
wait.
what you do in a podcast.
Can't wait
right?
for the evolution of Xpwaste. That's gonna go over great.
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. I'm ready for 2023 to be a great year, and I'm ready for it to just like blink and it's December again because that always happens. So I don't know. Not much to say on that front, but RuneScape gains are great. It's been kind of a weird couple weeks because it's been busy with the holidays, and I've been playing RuneScape but not really playing RuneScape, if that makes sense. I haven't really done anything of note, I would say. I mean, I did, let's see, on the loot tracker, I've got 40 something medium clues that I did. Nothing of note there. I've done a lot of clues. I'll say that. I bought 2K eclectic implings. I used all of them. I messaged Mima, and apparently I was under the rate for getting clues. So I got scammed. No boots. I think I got like holy sandals. That's a notable drop for those. Actually, I lied. Something notable happened, and it's related to the opener that I did. Last night, we were all hanging out in Discord, bringing in the new year, like Oxie said. And I've been wanting to do a bunch of Scotizo because I have like over 20 totems that I got when I was doing my Slayer, like the end of my Slayer grind. I just haven't killed Scotizo in a long time. I got a bunch of totems. And so I was killing Scotizo and I got the pet, number one, but that's not even the craziest part, if you can believe. I got the pet at like 42, 41, I think. Actually, I didn't take a screenshot. That's like the first pet I didn't take a screenshot of.
It should automatically have a screenshot.
I think it's in RuneLite. Yeah, I think it's in RuneLite. But I didn't post a screenshot. So I got the pet. A couple KC later, I was like, this is the jar, boys. I'm going to green log it right here. Because I had mentioned, like offhand, I green logged Scotizo. And everybody's like, wait, did you get the jar? I was like, no, dang it, I didn't get the jar. And towards the end of that kill, I was like, this will be the jar. I'm going to get it and I'll green log it. Sure enough, got the jar. Bam. I was shocked. I was way more shocked at getting the jar than I was getting the pet.
I was surprised at how not surprised you were. Michael literally was like, oh, pet, nice. Like, it was the most like anti-Michael reaction to a pet drop I have ever seen in my entire life. He just did not care. But the jar was pretty exciting.
There are certain pets that will elicit a response, and there are certain pets that won't. And I think Scotizo is just, it wasn't a pet that I was hunting. Like, I wasn't going literally, I was just doing the Scotizo kills to get the hard clues because I wanted to do a bunch of clues. But it was an exciting pet nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't one that I was like specifically hunting. So it's just a nice little cap to 2022. Yeah, it really was like a mediocre, like, there's the pet. Moving on. Everybody else was like, oh my gosh, you got the pet. I'm like, cool, Scotizo. I think it's because it's a pretty common one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like 1 in 60, right?
Yeah, 1 in 60, 1 in 65, something like
Like
that. Like it's
you're
really
bound to
common.
get it.
It's a little
Yeah,
bit
you're
more
bound to
because
get
if you
it.
talk like the exact drop rates of all the totem pieces, blah blah blah, specific rarity, blah blah blah, but like it's 1 in 65. It's not that rare.
Yeah. Enough about me. How are you?
I'm good. Michael made more money than me last night, that's for sure. He got the jar, and then he also got a cape of skulls that he forgot to mention. That was pretty hype.
Oh, yeah.
From
Easy
the Easy
Clues.
Clues. Last couple of weeks, I've been playing Ark Survival Evolved, so there's been literally nothing. I got a Zuck task like the day before I left to go home, and then didn't train Slayer period until last night at like 7:30. And I jumped in because like I really didn't want to spend my New Year's Eve doing the Inferno again. Like I didn't want to do that for another year in a row. So I went in, I sent to run. I'm like, whatever, let's just see how it goes. I died on wave 12 because it was the most like careless running around chasing nibblers. Like I got in there on task and I slapped my dick on the table and they grabbed it and pulled me into the fire. Like it was rough. I did not have a good time. But I didn't have to do the Inferno, so that's fine. I didn't get 99 Slayer then, obviously, because I didn't train it for like 12 days. But yeah, other than play a lot of Ark over the holiday weekend when I was, home and back playing, last night we did a lot of group content. We did some raids. We did some of my friends and I went to just like stupid bosses. We went to like Giant Mole, Sarachnis. God, did we go anywhere else? I don't think so. I think we were like, let's go to Tob.
Those are the only
after
two.
this. Yeah, I think we went. I think we went to Tob anyways. We did, right? Because I made webs for the first time in like 3 weeks. We were struggling. We were struggling to make webs.
What is making webs?
So
Is that like getting to that part of the fight?
So in P3, Verzik has 4 specials after 4 auto attacks. Her second special is webs, where she sits in the middle of the room and like rotates in a circle and fires webs at players. Yeah. And you can web walk, where you attack in the middle of each of the 4 sides, and you can deal a shitload of damage for absolutely free because you don't get hit by the webs. That's just referred to as making webs. It's not a hard thing to do. If you're a tobber out there, you probably know how to make webs. For the last probably 15 or 16 tobs, I have not successfully been able to make webs because I've been clicking in the wrong spot. We'll go around the first side, the second side, the third side, but then when I click to go back to that first tile, I click like 1 or 2 tiles over and my character paths backwards. So I've had a really hard time making webs. I've been getting just the absolute shit roasted out of me for it. So we got up to webs last night, and everyone, myself included, was screaming, was like, "This is the last chance! This is the last chance to make webs in 2022." But that was great. Fun. We didn't see any purples last night, but we had a really good time. I got pretty drunk. We did fun in raids. Sent some 350s, sent some tobs. It was a good time. Other than that, I literally haven't done anything. I gained a hunter level. I wanted to get base 85s, but didn't because I also didn't want to spend my night doing herbivore. So I have like 165k until 85 hunter, which...
Is that what you're doing right now?
No, I got a Vire task earlier from Duradel. I'm like, I was in VC with like Prestige and Hyla and Mima. I'm like, oh boys, that's a podcast task if I've ever seen one right there. So
nice.
We're gonna be at Vires for the next couple of hours, but
sweet.
Yeah.
I have 26 million cooking XP. I don't know if we talked about that last time. It's been a while since we recorded, so like I don't remember what we talked about.
It really has been a long time. Oh my God, groupie gains. Are you doing anything in the group Iron Man right now?
Right now, no, because I don't have the mental capacity to play 2 accounts. I probably could actually. Should I?
Dude, I don't know because I'm doing. It's just so boring. I'm killing blue dragons. So
Oh, are you?
I was doing Slayer because I've kind of become like the quote unquote like Slayer daddy, but
Uh-huh.
I am ripping through prayer potions because I have like
Ooh.
55 prayer, and it's just a waste of resources. So I'm like, I
Yeah.
gotta get my prayer up a little bit. Remember, like 6 months ago, I was like, oh yeah, I only need like 1,500 dragon bones. It's no problem. 1,525 bones at a time sucks.
Yes.
I do have 70 agility though. So
Oh.
blue dragons in Taverley Dungeon aren't horrible, but like still, I only have God, how many do I have right now? I have 153 bones in my bank, and just like, mate, what do I need to get to 70 prayer at the Chaos Altar? Good Lord, I don't even want to know.
It's a lot.
Dragon
Trust me.
bones, yeah, it's 1,124. So I have not too many, just 1,000 more bones to get. So
Oh,
I'm not having the best of times on the groupie right now.
yeah.
But I'm just like idly sitting there, and eventually I'll get the prayer level, and eventually I'll be Slayer Daddy because TMD has been AFKing smithing, so we have thousands of cannonballs, and like your combat, you're pretty strong. You've got like base 70s, base 75s, and all your
Yeah.
combats, something like
Well,
that. So
75 attack, 75 strength, 70 defense. I'm working towards like I've got 75 attack so I can wield arc light. 82 would be ideal if we're gonna go to 208 in case we get a fang. But I'm just gonna go strength for the like until I get tired. So I'll probably get like 90 strength and then go back to attack. Oh, 106 cooking. I didn't know that was coming up.
look at that. What a man. Getting gains here on the show. But yeah, no, the groupie, I'm hoping I'm not like probably going to do this forever because I think I might have 60 banked and I might just be like, oh yeah, 60 is good enough for now. It's not. And I have like specific memories of yelling at Michael saying it's not good enough because it isn't. But like, holy shit, this is so boring. This is like painfully boring. I might need to do like quests and shit to like get my prayer XP up because I don't know.
Marginal. But
Damn,
I could be a
this
good
is
friend.
bad.
I have 370 bones that I could donate to
How
you.
did you get 370 bones? You kill all the dragons?
I was killing green dragons for a long time.
God damn.
And I have like a fair stack of hides. Wait a second. Did I use all the bones? Oh, okay.
You have
I
60
think I
prayer,
used
so
all
you
the
probably
bones.
used all of them.
Yeah, I think I used all the bones, but I have hides. I'll have to look. I'll give you any bones
Well,
that I have.
I do not care about the crafting levels right now because that's TMD's job. But no, I'm not
Yeah,
going to take your bones because like you also need prayer levels. When it was like fletching, we're trying to like divide and conquer. Then it's like our resources, but like we're all going to need 70 prayer.
yeah.
So unless we're hot committing to the whole, we're not doing anything until we get Abyssal Whip, so we need to feed Oxie like everything. That's just not as fun, though.
I wouldn't mind because here's my train of
But like,
thought when it comes to Slayer.
yeah,
Because I too have been training Slayer. I've got to 53, and every task that I have been doing, like you said, has been just tearing through prayer pots. And my rationale was maybe if I was stronger, I could kill them faster, and I wouldn't be using like it wouldn't take me 2.5 minutes to kill a black demon. You know, maybe it would take a lot less time, and then I'm not using as much prayer. So that's why, for me, I was like, I could either kill a bunch of dragons to get higher prayer, but still be pretty weak, or I can go train at Ammonite crabs when I'm not motivated to do anything else, and get stronger, and then go back to Slayer, where you kill the monsters faster, and you can kill like maybe monsters without prayer in some instances. Like I was getting owned by Dagonoths, baby Dagonoths.
Well, yeah,
They hit
they'll
hard.
hit you pretty hard.
Yeah. So if I can go back and be a little bit stronger with some more defense levels, I don't know, like maybe base 85s, and then start doing Slayer, I think that might be a little bit more enjoyable so that we're not using all of the precious prayer pots that TMD has made.
I mean, The way I
They're
see
not
it,
free.
they're really not. And like I'm not even doing content that drops seeds, so like we're in the net loss for
Yeah.
Raynor seeds. But the way I see it, like when you get higher prayer levels, not only does your prayer last longer, you also restore more prayer per sip. So prayer
True.
potions just innately last longer because you get more and more like return on use.
Right.
So plus like damn piety good.
Piety is good.
Piety,
But it also
real
sucks down your
good.
prayer.
I mean, I'm not gonna camp piety on a normal Slayer task, but like you can lazy flick for superiors. It's just gonna be helpful for like imagine like a quest boss with piety unlocked. You know,
That's true.
should be quite nice. So that's I think my goal is to get 70. But just Christ, this is not fun.
It's a little slow.
I'll probably have to do some quests or something to get my prayer XP. I think like Land of the Goblins has like a mini quest that gives prayer experience, and like there's a bunch of other random stuff. I don't even think I've done the mini quest on my main though. So,
all right, I'm logging in just to see how many bones I have, because I think you're right in the sense that like I do need the levels, but I also would like you to get me a whip, and if I can
have
contribute to that
56 Slayer
grind,
dog.
I know,
Like,
but if I can contribute to you not being at Blue Dragons, then let's just go back to the bank and see what we're working with.
Man's gonna have like 6 dragon bones in this thing.
Probably. Probably. But we'll see. In the meantime, I can do this while I'm talking. In the meantime, it is 2023, folks. And that means it's a new year of goals. I don't remember if we specifically had a goals episode last year, because I think we may have, if I'm remembering correctly, Next came out early in the year.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was just like a bunch of content. So I don't know. We didn't have like a specific goals episode, but we definitely worked it in some of the episodes. But today is a specific goal episode.
I think last year we talked about goals during the year in review. Because when we were trying to plan this year's year in review, we talked like, oh yeah, we'll have goals as well. And it just was like, we were on track for just like stupid long episodes. So we'll just put that off to next week. But yes, Michael is correct. That wasn't our smoothest transition into main title content. Let's
try it again.
We're gonna try it again live. We'll do it live.
Yeah, try it again live. What would you say as a transition?
So it probably would sound something like, Michael, what are we talking about today? And you would say, well, it is a new year and we all have big things ahead of us. So we got to plan for those big things. Am I right? And I would say you're absolutely right, Michael. That's why this week we're talking about RuneScape goals and how to set them and what ours are. And that's
a little better.
It's about as smooth as we're going to get. It's not great, but it's about as...
But it'll get the job done.
It's about as smooth as like a 600 grit sandpaper. So not like as gritty, you know? But
yeah. Isn't the more grit
higher the grit, the smoother it is.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
It's for like polishing and refining. Now, like 40, that'll
rough.
That's rough. Yeah. I don't know. I don't.
Sandpaper aside.
God, we are on one today. We really are. We are in rare form for Xpwaste.
Hey, we mentioned the tangents, right? We did. We warned the people. They're here. And you guys, you know us and love us. Oxie's dying. We're gonna get to it.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. It's not great, but
I was thinking for formatting wise, it would be fun if we just go back and forth, because I'm sure that you have also broken your goals down into sections.
Wow, I have like an entire Google Doc page. I mean, it's mostly like, it's probably like a third of a page, but I've broken it up into columns and hit the enter button a lot. So like,
okay,
it's probably not that much, but it is it's a decent amount.
At any rate, I think it would be fun to go back and forth, and not just be like, here's my goals, list, episode done. Because, this is a podcast. We got to talk about it. So did you want to start with combat?
Sure. Mine are not broken down like that, but I will pick out some combat ones because I have quite a few. So I guess to preface before we get started for the people at home, like listening, how did you set your goals? What is the process that you went through
Oh,
to establish, like, yeah, this is what I want to accomplish this year?
I was looking at my. Okay, so pre-preface, I didn't actually set any goals for the group Ironman yet.
Same.
I don't know.
Same.
Like
My goal is to
I don't.
not be a shitter on the group Ironman. We'll see
Yeah,
how it goes.
like I don't have any serious plans to like really grind it.
Mm-hmm.
It's to me more right now. It is a side account if I'm ever like extremely burnt on my main account,
Mm-hmm.
which could happen. Like I'm not, you know, I'm not denying that as something. Max players all the time get super burnt. I didn't set any goals on the group Ironman, which is fine. So all of these are going to be from my main. And when I'm in the headspace of trying to set goals, it's things that I think would benefit my account and things that I also think would be fun. I'm not pushing myself too much with these goals
Mm-hmm.
because I think that for my play style, pushing myself isn't always great to do a lot. Like I
Mm-hmm.
did it a lot last year. 2020 and 2021, I pushed myself a ton when it came to goals because I was trying to max. So I want to kind of take 2023 just to enjoy the game and set some realistically like enjoyable goals, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What about you?
So for mine, I kind of pushed myself a little bit, but the big difference for this year for me is there's not one overarching goal for the year. And I'm sure that's different with you as well. Like this year, it feels nice.
Yeah, I don't really have an overarching goal.
Yeah, there's not one big thing that I'm trying to accomplish this year. And it feels good. I was telling somebody, I think I was talking to like Arionyx and Tyler the other day when we were playing Ark. We were talking about RuneScape because, you know, what else do you do when you're playing a different game is talk about RuneScape. And I made a comment. I'm like, I beat the main story. I'm gonna do all those side quests that I've been having like accumulate. And I've been neglecting. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do all the little side quests that I wanted to work on. But yeah, no. So without the main overarching goal in mind, I don't know. I've tried to. I think the biggest piece for me, it's actually my first goal I have on my list that doesn't really fit into any category we could probably talk about. Is I'm trying to enjoy the game on
Oh,
like a genuine level. So all of my
okay.
goals are centered around enjoyment and not so much like proving a point or getting some sort of like prowess or whatever. Like I'll, to sort of dip into combat, what's not there is what's it called? TOA kits. Because I originally had them on there. I'm like, I could get a word kit and a fang kit. Those would be good goals to have. But boy, do I not enjoy high level TOA. And I don't even have solo expert KC. So like I don't really want to put myself in that situation where I feel like, man, it's December 15th and I still don't have a fang kit. Like
Yeah.
I don't care, like the Infernal
Yeah.
Cape was my swan song of PVM goals, I feel like. And everything else is going to be pretty casual from here on out, even things that are harder than the Infernal Cape.
Yeah.
That's not saying I'm like quitting RuneScape. I'm just saying like I'm just gonna, But my overarching goal with making goals, God, we're gonna say that word a lot. We should drink every time
Buckle
someone
up.
says, yeah, for
Buckle
real,
up.
buckle up. Drink every time we say the G word. Is just to like design goals and have aspirations that are enjoyable, and be leading off of that. Enjoy not playing the game. Enjoy, I made my goal sheet a couple weeks after I got my cape. So probably like mid-December or so, and I've just sort of been tweaking it since. Don't feel obligated to play. That's kind of where I'm at. Have a healthier relationship. That's what these goals are all based off of. Healthier relationship with the game, healthier relationship with the community. I like doing high level content. I don't necessarily like hiding for several days in private VCs while trying to do high level content. So I prefer to like be with the people in a lot of cases. But we don't have to do that this year, so that's the goal. So just enjoy. That's how I planned them all out. So you want to dip into combat a little bit. You said you want to
Yeah.
kick it off. Or you want me to?
Yeah, I can kick it off.
Go for it. Kick us off. What do we got?
Last year, I dipped my toes into combat achievements, and it was enjoyable. Easy and medium tier it was fun to have a point to kill a boss. Like if I'm being 100,000% honest, never would have killed Olbor and Browfighter. Zero reason for me to do that. Outside of a bingo, zero reason for me to ever do that. I mean, the beginner clues are nice, but like it takes so long.
But are they?
They are. I
they
like
nice?
beginner clues. I like doing clues, more specifically. But this year, I would love to do the hard combat diary. The elite tier just feels like too much of a grab for 2023. Potentially, it's a stretch goal. Don't get me wrong, but the actual goal is by the end of the year to complete the hard diaries. Now, where I'm at with that, kind of fairly close, 57 out of 62. So we have 5 more. What does that entail, you ask? I'll tell you. It entails Kriara and Krill. So I just got to go to God Wars dungeon.
We can get that bitch done tonight, dog.
Yeah, for sure. That was okay. So the hard combat diary is technically something I should have done last year in 2022. Should have done it. Really no reason why I didn't get it done, because it's kill 50 Kree and finish off Kree while the bodyguards are gone. Same thing with Krill. So 50 times and then kill him while his minions are dead. And I have one Commander Zilliana task, and it's finish her off while her minions are dead. So like I just have to go with somebody and we coordinate killing the minions and then killing the boss. And then it's literally just grinding out KC. Easy enough. Should have done it last year, but we're pushing it off to this year. Now, where I'm at with elites, that's a different story. I've only done 43 out of the 125 tasks. And a lot of those seem pretty out of reach right now. There's a lot that would just take an immense amount of hours that I don't really want to dedicate to combat diaries at this point. The Jad Helm is great. I mean, having 60 cannonballs in my cannon would be amazing. The benefits are a lot better as of like the time of recording, because they've buffed the rewards. So yeah, I'm pushing for hards, and it'll be quite easy. Like probably could do that in a couple weekends. You know, just I've got like a couple ecumenical keys, so just got to go and grind it out.
I'm telling you, dude, hit up Team Search. The Michael from Xpwaste wants to go to God Wars. Oh my god, for sure. We'll go with you in droves, surely.
I just suck. I suck at God Wars, so it's hard for me to want to have that motivation.
I don't think
it's a commitment.
I don't think you suck at God Wars. I just don't think you like going to God Wars.
No,
it's really hard to be bad at God Wars. Like, it's one thing to be bad at Fazani's Nightmare, like your boy. It is very difficult to be genuinely bad at God Wars Dungeon. So I think you just don't like going. I don't think that you're bad at it. It's just, it's a slog. Like, because what are your KCs right now? Like, wasn't the last time we checked, it was like 17 and 11 or something like that?
Okay, well, let's look. Zilliana is actually quite decent. I've killed a fair bit of Zilliana, like 70. That's just because of bingo, and I have I was borrowing a Twisted Bow, I think. But Krill is at 13. So Zami is at 13, and then Kriara is at 3.
Sick.
3 KC. So 47 more kills. I've never killed Kree in a duo. Like, I've only soloed it. And those 3 kills were when I was trying to get my frozen key piece. Like, I just had enough supplies to stay for 3 kills.
I thought we did that one big God Wars night. Did I not go to Kree with you guys?
Oh wait, hold on.
Because
lies.
So way back in the day, and when I say way back, I mean like way back in the day, before the 24-hour stream. Me, Michael, Scape, one of our old friends, Link, and I'm pretty sure Immortal was there too. went to each of the 4 God Wars dungeon bosses. This is how long ago this was. We went to each of the 4 bosses, and Michael, myself, and Scape each got a kill for our Fremenic Elite Diary.
Yes.
Like we
that's
were
what
there,
it was,
and
actually.
that's exactly what we were doing. And we were like taking turns, like trading weapons and shit. Because like Immortal brought a Dragon Warhammer, and like everyone got to use a Dragon Warhammer, and like tank Zammy for a kill. Link brought a T-Bow. Everyone got to use the T-Bow to kill Sarah and kill Arma. Like we traded off, and we were at God Wars for like several hours, each getting 1 KC in our name. So I think I was with you for at least one of those Armadillo KCs.
Okay,
At
you're
least
right.
the one,
So,
but I'm not sure.
yeah. You're right. So there's three kills. One of them was for my diary, and then the other 2 were for
the
that
next
frozen
key,
keys.
yeah.
Yeah. So not a bunch of Kree experience, but I'm sure if I just dump some money into Black Chins and go with somebody else, it's not going to be bad to get 50. Because I remember Oxie was doing it, and I think for the Elite Diary, you had to have like 200.
Bro, back then when you had to get fucking 250 kills for the Elite Diary, that's a big shout out to Jesse and TMD, who just took turns standing there with their T-bows while I chinned Kree. That's mean, like,
crazy.
which also wasn't great, because like when you're on task and someone else brings a T-bow, they're inevitably gonna get kills. So it's just like, damn, TMD, that's the 5th kill in a row you've taken from me, and I'm on task with chins. Please,
damn.
But no, I got that done with help in duos, because that's all we did was duos. We did I think I did 2 Aviancies tasks to get it done.
Yeah.
So
Aviancy tasks I didn't even consider. I have not unlocked Aviancies for that reason, because I don't really care to go to God Wars to kill Kree, and it would be just 30 points that I have to spend every time to skip it. But I'm 99 Slayer now, so
you get that back to back. Get that back to back proc. Who knows? You might really like. You might learn solo career, and you might really like it.
So we got a pet in the game. Replin Wolf got
Rock
Golem. GZ. Pre levels and achievement. Hey, that's not a level and achievement though. We don't shout out pets.
It's not an achievement. It just happens.
It's just
in CC,
good RNG.
It's interesting.
All right, what is your first combat goal for the year?
Probably my biggest combat goal of the year. Again, not overarching to like the point of if I don't get this, I will have failed the year. It's the Verzik helm. Like I feel like everyone saw that coming. My goal is the Verzik helm. It's the next step for me in combat. So I have 55 of 123 tasks completed. God, I am not looking forward to some of those tasks. There's a lot of Fazani's Nightmare. There's a lot of TOA ones. There's a lot of chambers. I have to learn, and not only learn, but like learn well. Like I have to be good at solo chambers as Eric to get the Verzik helm. Holy shit, am I not looking forward to it.
Is there perfect chambers and like perfect
There's a perfect Olm solo where like you don't get hit by any specials or any crystals or any autos, or well, you get hit by autos, so you can't really control that. Olm is a false Jad because he's a God, I can't stand chambers. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that. God, it's like thinking about it, I'm like, man, I really don't want to do it, but I want the Verzik helm. So it's kind of like I didn't want to do. There's a lot of grinds I haven't wanted to do, but wanted the end result. Like, what's it called? Pest control, barbarian assault. No one ever wants to do those things. But Void and a Fighter Torso are so good and like such good progression items that like at some point it just becomes stupid not to have them, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true.
That's where I'm at with the Verzik helm. It's not going to be stupid not to have it, but like I've got everything else. Other than making a lot of money, I've got all my untradeable flexes. I've got the Jad helm, I've got the cape. I don't know. It's time to just progress up. I was having this conversation last night with like Kira, M, Immortal, some folks from another Discord. Claw was there too. That like I have gone from like a pretty good average player to like a really bad good player. Like I'm in like a new bracket of people, you know? The Infernal Cape has moved me up into a different tier. I am now among the players you look at and go, God damn, they're good at this game, even though I do have one KC, so some people still might think I bought it. Which, side note, Submedian, who hates being shouted out on the show, every time he sees something posted about the cape, mentions that I buy it, and I'm living for it. I think it's pretty funny because hopefully one day someone who like doesn't know the show that well just sees Submedian make a comment like, "Oh yeah, Oxie bought his cape." They just get so frustrated and upset one day. um,
Oh
but
man,
but
that's so funny. I didn't even consider like you're a really good average player, but then you're a really bad elite player.
that's
Like
pretty
that
much
you
where I'm
move
at.
up.
That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I will do a 150 TOA with my eyes closed and a hand tied behind my back, and it's absolutely no problem. We are deathless. It's no big deal. I get into the big boy raids, fossilized dung, 8 games in a row. Like it's just not, that insanity hits a little different when it's in 400. I say that insanity hits a little different from the cage because you die in P2. Like that's where I'm at right now with PVM. I'm a really bad good player. So that's, I don't know. So Verzikelm is next, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna become a good player or a good high level player by the end of the year.
Mhm.
I'll be able to do solo chambers. I'll have speed run times. I'll have, Nibblers Be Gone, the achievement that got me killed 80 times in the Inferno. Which, like, funny enough, I'm not worried about that one at all.
Yeah,
It'll
you
come,
get it.
whatever. I'm
You'll
on
get
that. I don't
it.
give a shit.
Get it.
God, solo chambers. Perfect Fazani's nightmare.
Oh, perfect Fazani's?
Perfect Fazani's, perfect Verzik. Like, there's so many things that I'm like, damn, that's not going to be fun. But
all right, so
it'll
for
feel
all
good
of
to
the
have
people
done.
out there who are listening and you just heard Oxie say, I want a Verzik helm, that just means he's doing the master tier of
Did
the
I
combat
not say
diary.
that? Did I not say
No.
Master Combat Diaries?
You just said
Hell yeah.
You just said Verzik helm.
Well,
So
yeah, in line with combat achievements like Michael, I want to get the master tier done. Yeah, that's, yeah.
because he did the elite tier this year, freaking boss, and next step is master, and then grandmaster. Which I was watching Solo Missions guide, or not guide.
His like
Which-
series on it, yeah.
I was watching Solo Missions video where he's like, Jagex stole something from me. I was like, that's a great clickbait title. Click. I was very interested. And he's trying to get his Zuck helm back after they released TOA. And those combat achievements for Grandmasters look insane. They look absolutely insane. And it kind of puts stuff in perspective for me. I'm like, I'm not that good. And I don't think I want to be that good. Like, it's a lot of just luck at that point, you know? There is skill, but I think the main skill, and this is just my opinion, I think the main skill in getting Grandmaster combat achievements is patience. The highest skill that you have to have, it's not your clicking ability, it's not your whatever. You just have to have an immense amount of patience and mental fortitude, because I don't know, if you guys want to see, like, if you've never really looked into combat achievements, go watch Solo Mission's video and just see what he had to go through just for the TOA ones. That's not even counting however many other tasks. There's 88 Grandmaster tasks, so just a handful of them. So yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Put a lot of stuff in perspective for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
Am I next?
Sure.
I'm next.
Sure, hit us. What's next? What do we got?
So for me, bossing is a big focus, obviously, because I'm maxed. Skilling is also a big focus, but I'll get into my goals with skilling. Right now we're talking about combat. So I would like to be ranked in all of the bosses.
Funny you mentioned that. That is the same. I have that same goal, although you and I are in a little bit different positions with that goal. I have
I just looked
same
you
one.
up. And you're only missing 2 or 3.
Missing 3, but I'm about to be
Which is-
missing 8 by the end of the year. because
Oh,
we're getting
frick,
the
you're
new
right.
quest boss and then like 4 new bosses from the other quest, plus any other piece of content that comes out. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they've been inconsistent with what they put on there, because like Temporos, boss KC, combat achievements, on the high scores, Guardians of the Rift, nothing. So I don't
No,
know.
they have them on. The Guardians is on there.
But it's not
It's
a
just-
boss high score. It's just a kill count.
It's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rift's closed.
It's
is
Rift,
what it
but
is.
there's no CAs for it, nothing like that. So who knows what they're gonna do for.
I think the difference between Guardians of the Rift is like you're not actually fighting something, you're protecting something. So you're fortifying the Guardian.
Save
You're not
count.
actually
There's KC
Save
and there's SC. Like how many save count can you get? Yeah.
you save the Guardian. Whereas in Temporos, like you are fighting the big wave monster, and then in Wintertide, I don't know. It was their first introduction to skilling bosses.
In
so they didn't really
Wintertide,
know what they
you're
were
just
doing.
suffering. That's what you're
just
doing
suffering.
At the Todd.
I'm missing roughly 20 bosses, I think, if I counted correctly. And a lot of these are pretty simple. Like I have both of the Archaeologist, I have Grotesque Guardians, I have Cerberus. Like there's just Slayer bosses that I haven't really cared to do. And I'll have to get my Wilderness bosses at some point. That was a challenge that I kind of
you
put on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
So once I complete all of those,
by the
it's
end of
like,
the month, crazy how that
raids.
worked out in October.
yeah, it'll just be raids at that point. Like I have to do Tombs of Masket, I have to do Theater of Blood, Corrupted Gauntlet, but that'll come with time. So I think ranked. Okay, I can't say all bosses, right? Because there's definitely Fazani's on there, and there's definitely Inferno. So I'll say ranked in most of the bosses, most of the realistic bosses. I would like to be ranked.
I'm gonna give you a piece of advice that I have been hearing, not hearing, but like you're not the first person who has told me I'm gonna get ranked in every boss. Funny enough, he just piped up in chat. Tyler said the exact same thing. I was having this conversation with Tyler the other day of like just do it. Just make your dreams or whatever Shia LaBeouf screams or whatever. Just
do it.
Exactly. Just send it for ranked in every boss. Just like we said a couple weeks ago, shoot for space and you land in space or whatever. to
Hell
say.
yeah.
I don't know. Like ranked in every boss is not a bad goal to have, although admittedly it is pretty difficult because of what you have to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I've been in a really weird spot where like I'm trying to tell people things are difficult, but I'm not trying to gatekeep hard content by saying that it's difficult. So I'm in a really weird, like, you know, you can do it, but like you're going to suffer, but you're going to be happy about it kind of thing. Because I don't really know where else. Like, I don't want to be a gatekeepy end game player. I really don't. But god damn, some of the bosses are a slog to get ranked in. I know Theater of Blood's a little better now that we have a lot of people in the clan who can do it really well. I know when I did it, it was just awful. It just felt awful to try to get ranked at top. You have time to practice, you have time to learn, so there are going to be hard bosses. Not just for you, Michael, like anyone out there. I know the big scary ones are like hard mode Tob, expert mode TOA, Fazani's Nightmare, challenge mode, and the Inferno are probably like the 4 or 5 legitimately intimidating bosses to get ranked in. Just do it. Just get in there and try it. And if like, even if you put getting ranked in every boss as a stretch goal, like including the Inferno, okay, you're gonna, like we said, shoot for space and you land on the ground or whatever. You still have the skill set of someone who has attempted the content, just hasn't completed it, and those skills transfer other places. So
yeah,
I mean, that's also my goal. I just have to like, I can do it. I say I'm in a different position because like I have shown time and time again that I can do it. I have a kill at every boss in the game. I've killed every boss at least once. I'm just not on the high scores for them. I can do it. I just have to. That's where I'm at. Where it's like
some motivation to do it.
God, PNM is going to be tough. The hard mode raids I'm not that worried about because just put my feet up and get carried through those. It's about what it's like right now. But no, PNM is going to be tough. But everyone tells me once you get PNM down, it's really not that bad.
Is it 50 for
50.
PNM?
Yep.
It is. Okay. Wow.
50 for all except Obor, Bryophyta, challenge mode, Mimic, and Zuck and Jad. Pretty sure those are the only ones that aren't 50. Everyone else is 50 though. Oh, and Skatizo.
Okay.
Skatizo's not 50.
Right, because I have 46 green log. I don't have all the combat achievements done for Skatizo, so
well,
I'm
that is
saving some
I
tokens.
don't have any uniques from Skatizo, but I do have
None.
Yeah, I have a dark totem. I got an Onyx from Skatizo one day. I was so mad.
God,
An Onyx is like a 1 in 1K drop from Skatizo. I was so pissed that I hit like, come on, man, an Onyx. It was tough.
I've never gotten an Onyx from Skotizo. Mine is from Zulrah, but it's on the log, so I'm counting it. So we kind of breezed over your second goal because it kind of is in line.
It's
with
exactly
mine,
the same, yeah.
Yeah. Anything else notable in your second goal?
I guess the only notable piece of like getting ranked in bosses, other than like learning new content, which I'm really excited to do with the new quest bosses. 50 solo chambers. It's gonna be awful, but I want to be able to say I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So 50 solo cocks. We'll see. Which also kind of like leads into a different set of goals that I have. It's part of the reason why I want to do solo cocks, but it's gonna be rough. I know I said I'm doing it to enjoy the game. Part of enjoying it is challenging myself, but having the healthier relationship is the difference of like enjoying the challenge and not feeling like the challenge is the only thing I'm allowed to do. So that's the difference where we're at. So I am not, trust me, I am not looking forward to solo cocks or Fazani's or whatever. But the difference is going to be the success from completing the challenge is going to feel good, and not feeling like that's the only thing I'm allowed to do is going to feel good. So that's where I'm at. We're in the net positive for our goals.
Hell yeah.
But God, whatever. I'm going to have nightmares about the shadow phase, but that's in PNM that is. But like we're cheering, you know.
All right. Moving on.
PVM goals. Another weird one I have that's combat related. I want to get 1,000 Slayer tasks.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just like
okay.
Like I said, we're on this. This is side quest scape this year. We're 1,000 Slayer task. How many tasks do I have done right now? My current streak is 624. So like 1,000 tasks. That's where we're at.
You're 97, right? So
yeah,
you'll probably, if you follow, you're kind of close to 100%.
I'm gonna get 99 before I do it.
No, I was gonna say you're kind of close to where I was when I was at 97. So I'm at 750.
Mm-hmm.
So you're probably going to get close to 750 by the time you get like around 99.
Yeah.
So then at that point, it's only 250 more tasks, which is pretty easy.
And I'm not sure if like, do I want to like Turiel boost my way through that? Because like is that kind of cheesing? I'll probably Turiel boost a little bit because like I'm obviously not going to be able to Turiel skip anything.
No.
But Hydra tasks are fun. They take 6 months, but they're fun to do. They make a lot of money. Yeah. So I mean, that's 1,000 Slayer tasks. So it's just random numbers that mean nothing is a summation of my combat goals, other than the Versa count. But 1,000 Slayer tasks.
Speaking of Slayer tasks, I have a Callisto task, and I've had this Callisto task for 2 weeks, and I did the math on it. So I'm like 15. I'm 13 Callisto KC, and it was like you could do up to 45, and I was like, I'm doing 37. That'll get me right to 50, and I'll never go back. So I'm 30. I have 37 Callisto on task, and I've been putting it off. I need to watch a guide for the save spot, and I think that would somewhat motivate me to like get out there and do it on a weekday. So I have a Callisto task.
Callisto. Callisto is currently, before they rework the wilderness bosses, Callisto is the most forgiving of the bosses to set up. Because like there's no minions, there's no like tick perfect mechanics. You just run around a corner and stand there. Occasionally you're gonna get smacked because Callisto can hit you from like 40 tiles away with that weird knockback attack. That happens. That's not the end of the world. Just be over like 50 HP, which isn't a big ask in the wilderness.
That's not a huge thing. And the Fang I heard is really good.
Yeah, and like you can't break the safe spot very easily unless you like run away. The problem is it takes 10,000 years to set up. So you have to like, Callisto will spawn by the lava and you have to drag him all the way to one specific rock. And then when he's at that specific rock or that specific tree, you either go north past the lesser demon and drag him up to like his northern border where he can't attack you, or you drag him south and do a ranged safe spot, or you like drag him south, run around a rock, and then hit him with melee. It's just that's the downside. It takes a million years to do.
Oh gosh.
And it's not bad. I think once you get into a groove of it, you'll just kind of stop thinking about it and just do it.
That's how it was with the Vedion safe spot. It's a lot easier to set up, but I got it down.
The dogs get in your way and you die constantly because it's in multi. But Callisto's is in single, which is a nice. It's in that like single strip in the wilderness. So
that's good.
Yep.
So moving on to more goals that I only have 2 more combat goals. I kind of want to speed through them because they're pretty light.
Yeah. Why don't you just hit us with them? What do we got?
Serious attempts at the Inferno. I definitely want to try it.
Hell yeah.
The stretch goal is to get the Infernal Cape because I think if you have enough serious attempts, it's bound to happen. But looking at the 2 most recent people that I've seen do the Inferno, you and Mighty, it's not a walk in the park when you're going for serious attempts. And so I just put serious attempts at the Inferno because I don't want to spend hundreds of hours this year in the prison, in the lava prison. Is that what they call it? The lava prison?
Yeah.
I know the red prison is CG, but
yeah,
the lava prison. I don't want to spend hundreds of hours. So just going to go every once in a while and see how far we can get. And then maybe 2024 is like, hey, the goal is the Infernal Cape. Because it could happen this year, it could not, and I'm not going to push it.
Yeah.
Definitely not going to push it. If it happens, it happens. And then rounding out my combat goals is I would like to green log 2 bosses that I don't. Well, obviously I don't have them. Anyway,
Cox and Top, baby. Let's go.
I want to green log 2 bosses. Let me see what we're working with. I've got the Fight Caves, Hispori, Kraken, and Scotizo green logged so far. So it would involve getting, I hope, getting involved. Like it would involve getting a spooned pet. Because that
or a
probably would be.
Maybe you'll have to just go for rate. Who knows?
Yeah, like I could go for Chaos Fanatic and Chaos Elemental. Hey, shares a pet. But yeah, I would like to green log at least 2 bosses because I think it would be fun to try and push myself for an actual grind. Maybe I'll push that to like a stretch goal being 5, green log 5 bosses, but that's a big ask because like I'm watching people who are actually collection logging, and green logging bosses is very hard. So what I might say, here's what I'll say. I want to green log 2 bosses with pets, and I want to green log light 5 bosses without the pet. Because I think that's a little bit more realistic. Because if you're waiting on the RNG, most of the time the pet is the most rare. So green logging without the pet.
I'm gonna channel my inner Jesse here, channel my inner realist, and say, how do you set a goal for something that you literally have no control over? Just keep persistent. Just be persistent at it.
Persistency
is the more like optimistic, like we're gonna push with this. Just be persistent. You might go over rate. I once used to watch a streamer named Osrs who went like 15,700 Zulrah kills without, I think it was a magma mutagen. They went literally 16,000 kills when they maxed, they got their 16,000th kill on that day. It was disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, all for a mutagen. They were like 4 times rate. It was ridiculous. But be persistent, you can green log the boss, right? I think that is an extreme case of like, we might need to go online and make sure the numbers are actually working properly on your account kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even though you can't control RNG, you're right. And like fighting specifically for pets might be a tough like ask, because you can't, if you could control that, everyone would have every pet in the game by now.
Sure.
Just be persistent, because it definitely might suck. Yeah. But I think green logging is a fun thing.
Yeah. I've not ever had a goal to like specifically grind out each drop from a boss. It's just kind of happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'd be cool to set my mind to a grind. Like a little bit of inspiration came from Goths, who literally locked himself in the icy prison of Bandos until he got the pet, and he did it. So it's like, I kind of want that for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, it's fun to lock yourself somewhere. I did it with runecrafting. I did it with mining. And looking back, yes, it sucked in the moment, but I'm glad I did it. So I honestly like it. But that's it for my combat goals. Did you have any more?
I mean, unsurprisingly, yeah, but I'm the PVMer, so I would probably have. I expected to have more combat goals as it is.
Sure.
So I'm just going to rapid fire some of these. As I did last year, I have more KC goals. But again, they're KCs and things that like I find enjoyable. So 500 KC raid cape. That's for me just a flex. Like I just want a 500 cape. Some of my buddies are going for like a 2K cape, which like, no thanks. It's going to take a while for me to get there. But no, 500 KC in each of the original God Wars dungeon bosses is kind of like an homage to Leagues, because every year Leagues, they make you kill 500 for the big super dragon tier task or whatever. 500 Seracnus, 500 Mole, just because those are super easy to kill.
Yes.
And like, I don't even know why I put Mole on there, but sure. I think someone suggested it. I was like, what bosses should I get 500 KC? And I think someone just said Mole, so like, sure. And then Temporos, because I do want to get 99 fishing eventually. And I feel like doing Temporos is probably a more enjoyable way to do that than just barb fishing during the podcast. And then additionally to like, yeah, just KCs and things like that. Second Infernal Cape, which I'm not worried about at all. And then I think that rounds. I mean, like pet hunts as well. Do you count pet hunts as combat? If pet hunts are considered a combat goal, then I've got pet hunts, because like they're all bosses. One skilling pet, any skilling pet will do. But like
just one.
Well, like that's literally it. I want a skilling pet. I don't know, and I don't care. I just want one.
Do you not have one?
No, I have Phoenix, but that's it. So.
Okay.
And Phoenix, as I've been told multiple times, isn't actually a skilling pet. So
I don't understand that. But before you move on to pets, I was looking you up. You're pretty much halfway there on almost all of those KC goals.
Yeah. So I actually, on my little goal sheet, I can probably like send you a picture. You can put it up right now. I have like reference numbers for where it's all at. So like at the beginning of the year, like for example, any 500 raid KC cape, I have 194 Cox, 7 CM, 156 Tob, 10 hard mode, 142 TOA, 35 expert. Like those are beginning, like starting points of where I'm at. I did the same thing in 2022. That's kind of like how far did we come to get this done, which is a fun little thing. I like to kind of visualize as the year goes on. Then it just helps you get more confident as you get closer, you know, because like some goals are going to feel attainable. Like 177 Temporos feels like a drag. But once I get that up to 400, it's not going to feel as bad.
Yeah. And you're working towards actual like skilling goals at that point.
Yeah, there are skilling objectives sprinkled in there as well. But my last goal, I guess, is any Cox or Tob like kit dust special thing. Again, considered TOA, but like I am not interested in the moment at doing that at all. If it happens, awesome, but like That's not on my list, you know?
Yeah. Okay. One thing that I always wish I did every single year is take a picture of your character summary at the beginning of the year, and then you can reference it throughout the rest of the year. Because I don't know how much I played in 2022, but I'm gonna know how many hours I played in 2023 because it has my time played, and I can just do the math. And I did that. I did that for my boss KC2, so that I can look back and be like, man, I've come a long way. So right now, as you're listening to the podcast, log into your account and just take a picture of your character summary page if you care about that kind of stuff. I wish I did it a long time ago for like every year, essentially. But this is where like Jagex, if you're listening, this is where like an email or an in-game message of like, here's your year in review.
The RuneScape, literally, it's like a RuneScape Wrapped. Is
Your
pretty much
summary.
like,
Yeah, RuneScape Wrapped. Like, you played this many hours. You did this many. You gained this much XP. It would be very, very, probably very easy for them to do that moving forward. I don't know if, yeah, I don't know. It would be fun. Looking at all the different all the different companies that do kind of like a Wrapped. Like they had a Steam, the game client Steam. They did a summary thing, and I was like, why did I not have that for RuneScape, man? I have to do it myself.
You spent 400 hours bank standing this year. Congratulations on wasting your winter.
But yeah, I'm excited for those goals that you have.
Yeah, but that's just all the combat stuff. I mean, like I said, other stuff is probably going to pop up. Like maybe the new bosses that come out have like cool challenges. Like that'll be cool. And obviously like maintaining my Jad helm when the new boss achievements come out, like shit like that is pretty run of the mill, you know?
Right. You got to keep it. It's not a goal to like,
yeah.
You shouldn't have to set a goal every time you lose it. It's kind of like maintaining it.
Yeah. That more so goes without saying for me though. So.
Ooh, actually, remember when I said I don't have any goals for the group Iron Man? I think the actual goal, like one like concrete goal that I have on my group Iron Man is to get the easy and medium combat diaries done.
That no pair drain at Barrows is gonna be real good.
Yes, and for the void grind, like the extra points, juicy.
True.
Juicy. True. So I think it's obtainable. I think I really have to look because like it's gonna involve a lot of Slayer, but I'm already almost there. I'm 53 Slayer. And I don't know, maybe hunt eclectic imblings for wild pies. Who knows? Easy enough. But yes. Shall we move on to skilling?
Sure. I don't nearly have as many skilling goals, but I imagine you do.
Oxie, I have 3.
Hell yeah. I
don't have that many.
1.
You have 1. Okay.
No, I have
base
2.
90s?
I have 2. Well, yep. That about does it. Base 90. You got it, baby.
See you
Base
later.
90s. I have. So I guess I'll just kick it off.
Okay.
Other than base 90s, as Michael so wisely predicted. No, don't apologize. It's predictable. 99 fishing, fire making, wood cutting, prayer, and 2 other buyable skills that I don't know yet.
Construction.
That's why I'm saying I don't know, because like I could buy. I mean, gold's relatively expensive right now, so I don't know if I could buy smithing outright. But like, you know, I know you're about to say adding plate bodies. Yeah, dude, gold is like 300.
Gold ore.
Yeah, it was like 300. I know. It's like 300 GP per ore right now. It's
I thought you meant buying gold.
Yeah,
like
no,
buying...
I know what you meant. RWT.
Okay. You're just moving forward. You just
come on now. I'm just pressing on with it.
You're pressing on. Okay.
The people know. They're smart. They know. So like,
gold ore is cheap.
Just some buyable skills. Gold ore is not as cheap as it was.
Oh, it's not.
It's like twice the price it was a year ago. So who knows? Maybe I'll buy fletching and just do it the long way. Or maybe I'll buy construction and herblore because I'll get like a back 3-back shadow solo thing. Who knows? But
I have not once regretted the money that I dumped into construction. Not once. It is such a quality of life that you don't really get with skills in RuneScape. Like having 99 construction changes the way that you play the account.
Mm-hmm.
in a small way, but in just a massive quality of life. Like from the moment I got 99 construction, I did not take my construction cape out of my inventory. It went with me everywhere. And now it's a max cape. Like I take my max cape everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had any recommendations for you, just spend the money on construction. You will not regret it.
We gotta get
It's a lot of
money
money
first.
Yeah, you gotta get the money.
That's the thing. It's a lot of money, and we gotta get the money first. And little spoiler alert for some future goals that I'm sure we'll talk about. I got a lot of money to make this year, but so no, I just want to get some more 99s, round out the account. Oh, and also 2200 total level, but I feel like that's
gonna come.
That's a given with base 90s. I'm like 2130. What total level am I right now? 2130, 33. Yeah. Almost 2134 because I'm like 40k away from a Slayer level. But
very nice.
What about your skilling goals? You're the resident skiller. What are we skilling?
Do you want to go through all of them? Because they're pretty simple.
Sure. I mean, skilling. I feel like this point, skilling for you is cut and dry.
It's pretty cut and dry. There are some pets, and I'll mention those. But I want to get 200 mil cooking. I struggled real hard with this one as putting it as a goal or a stretch goal. Because right now I'm at 26 million. So I have 175 million left. And that's a lot of hours. That's many, many hours. And do I dedicate every single hour that I play the game to cooking? I don't at this point. And I haven't been motivated to do that. So right now, it's a goal, but it might turn into a stretch goal. I'm not going to be fussed if it doesn't happen this year. It's relatively easy. Click, bank, get fish, cook on range. Like that's cooking, and I'm getting like 270k an hour. So it's fairly easy.
Well, fairly easy in practice doesn't translate to what it actually takes. 99 mining is fairly easy. You sit there at Motherland Mine and don't do anything for several hours, but
I guess fairly easy is not a good way to describe it because it's not easy to dedicate the hours. It's really not. So 200 mil cooking is a goal now. It's probably going to be a stretch goal if I'm being honest. So the real skilling goals are I want to get 15 million experience in every skill. There are skills that I have not touched since I maxed, which actually, hold on. We're looking. No, I've trained every skill since I maxed. So I'm not 13,034,485 or whatever the XP is in every skill. I've got a couple 100k after post 99 in each. So it's not too hard. It's just going to take some time. There are some skills that are like pretty slow to get. What is it, like 2.5 million XP? Easy peasy. So 15 million is the base. I want base 15 million in all of my skills, and I would love to hit 600 million total XP. So if I get 200 mil cooking this year and I get 15 million in all of my skills, rough math, that puts me around 550. So then I got to do a little extra. So, I'm going to be wood cutting on the side. I'm going to be doing some amethyst on the side. And that kind of bleeds into my skilling pet goals. I would like the wood cutting pet and I would like the mining pet. Those are two that I did not get during the 99 grind that I was kind of salty about because I watched so many people get the Rocky from underneath me. So many people. There was I'm not sure if you remember, but when I was going for 99 mining, there was 4 other people who were also mining kind of in waves.
Yeah.
So Scape had just gotten it. Immortal was going for it. It was crazy. So there were so many people mining around that time that I saw so many people get the pet. And I was like, where's my pet? I want the little depressed rock.
Little depressed rock.
Have you read his dialogue when you talk to him?
I have, yes.
Very depressed.
He's depresso,
He's very
also,
depressed.
Might I refer you to your 3 Rockies and 2 Rift Guardians, sir?
That's true. RNG is a funny thing. I'll say that. And then finally, in my skilling goal, I would like to achieve like to achieve. I'd like to get all the scaling outfits. I'm not really sure which ones I'm missing right now. I think it's maybe just like the prayer zealot and the full. No, is it just the zealot? I don't know. I need a second set of anglers because I turned it all into spirit angler, and then the zealot outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to do more research to see if there's any other ones I'm missing. Oh, the rune crafting outfit. So
That's
I
a
need the
good
rune
one.
crafting
That'd be a
outfit,
fun one.
prayer outfit, and a second set of anglers, and I'm good because I already have a second set of prospectors that I've recolored. So I'm happy about that. But that's it for my scaling goals. If I think of any more, I probably will think of more because this was just while we were watching TV and I'm like writing down the stuff. But again, the overarching thing for this year is just have fun. And I think those things could be fun to achieve. Because I am the max player who's going for ranks.
Mm-hmm.
You see it all the time. Max players like immediately burn out because they're like, I liked skilling. Now skilling is done. Number don't go up no more. And a lot of people don't derive like not pleasure. They don't derive like the same feeling from seeing XP go up.
Satisfaction, yeah.
The satisfaction. It's not the same satisfaction as watching your XP go up as it was where you were actually grinding for a physical number. And like virtual levels don't really mean much to people.
Mm-hmm.
They mean a lot to me, but I like ranks. And so 600 mil, that the reason I have a goal to get 600 mil is because of that would put me at a decent place within the ranking. So new skill comes out, I'll have a good head start, I guess.
Ooh, the new skill. Ooh.
Yeah. We're excited about I'm genuinely excited about it.
Same. In winter 2017 when it gets released, I'm looking forward to it.
It'd be so good. It'd be so good. So Trillo actually mentioned in the recording booth chat, he said Tangle Root ? I've kind of given up on setting Tangle Root as a goal because I'm not too far into that grind, right? I'm 23 million farming XP. It's not very much in retrospect to, other people who have grinded out Tangle Root, but like 23 million farming XP for a skill that I don't really care to train past 99 is a lot. Like that's almost 99 twice. And just at this point, I'll get it passively. Like it's not on the forefront of my mind that every day I'm gonna wake up and do a seaweed run and I have to do my farm runs every day. Like if I think about it, I'll go plant my redwood tree and my teak trees or my mahogany trees or whatever, Like I'll do a seaweed run if I'm on Fossil Island. It's not a goal. It's just something that I'll continue to try and do. So I didn't want to put it on my goals list just to get disappointed again this year when I don't get it. Because there are people legitimately, I think the average amount of XP that it takes to get Tangle Root is like 50 to 60 million.
Ugh.
Like that's how rare it is. It's insane. So
that's crusty.
Not a pet that I want to add as a goal because I think woodcutting and mining are achievable enough that very chill to like sit at Amethyst and Redwoods just like while playing on my group Iron Man or while, playing another game. So I have miscellaneous goals, by the way. Did you have any like uncategorized ones?
I definitely do. But before we go any further, I want to kind of talk broadly about sort of what we've been talking about because this might come as a surprise to Michael here, but a lot of you guys listening are mid-game players. Nothing wrong with that, right? We were all mid-game. Literally, we just told the story about how, the first time we all did God Wars, we had to go on like a 5-man mask and like trade off power weapons so we could get kills, right? Like it's there's nothing wrong with being in the mid-game. But your goals probably look a little bit different, right? True. Michael's talking 600 million experience. I'm talking master combat achievements and a second infernal cape. Like we're talking some pretty end game goals, right? You guys might not be there, but that is okay because the more important piece that we kind of want you to take away from this is setting realistic goals. I feel like this is like the the insurance-based therapist coming out of me here, and I don't love it. But when a goal is realistic to obtain, right? When you can sit and realistically say to yourself, like, I am gonna get a second fire cape, or I am gonna get, base 80s this year, and that's realistic. If you're, if you have base 75s and you have, some pretty average boss KCs, you're just getting into chambers, you have like maybe 40 or 50 TOA, like setting yourself a goal to complete a TOB by the end of the year isn't terrible. You have a whole year to improve and get better. And that's realistic because you have a whole year to improve and get better. For most of you out there, going from I just got my fire cape last week and I got my quest cape this week to I'm going to get the Grandmaster helmet this year, that's not realistic. And that is part of what this whole little like side tangent is like set goals that you can achieve. Don't be afraid to set goals that are too hard. I've said it before. I started the Infernal Cape grind way before I should have. Given how long it took me and how many attempts. I'm sure Michael has certainly jumped into the deep end a little bit with some skilling content before that he was not necessarily aware of how long it would take. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to set good goals that'll keep you going, especially when you're trying to set them throughout the course of an entire year, making them realistic, making a lot of them. You guys have been posting a lot in our Discord, which is pretty awesome. I've been looking at some of your guys' goals. They're pretty good. They're pretty consistent, right? I've had a lot of the same ones myself, but keep it realistic to your own account and don't think that your goals are bad because they are different or quote unquote less impressive than ours. Because this is the part where I say goals are subjective. So, if it's impressive to you, that's realistically all that matters. So just focus on that for 2023 if you're still not sure what you want to do goal setting wise. And but on the flip side, don't let this be an excuse to not push yourself and do new content, right? Because
stretch goals.
Stretch goals, and it might suck to learn. Zalra was awful to learn, but feels good to do now. So who knows?
I was actually thinking about expanding upon the topic of goals, and I'm glad you brought it up because I wholeheartedly agree. Like, don't take what we're talking about as far as our goals as like the end all be all of what you in your mid game account or your end game account need to do. Like, I'm a max main. My goals look very different than somebody who's like 1750 total, 2K total. Like, the things that I'm doing in my account, they're not the gold standard of what needs to happen for 2023 for everyone. And I would hope that goes without saying. But some people, I want to encourage you, don't get discouraged. Set your own goals. And like I said, like they don't have to be super, super like big milestone-y things to be impressive. Like if your goal is to do one TOB and your base 60s, that's very doable if you set it by the end of the year, like Oxie said. I love that. So if you're going to be setting goals for 2023, look at what is possible and maybe add a few points to that. You know what I mean? Like look at what's possible and shoot for the impossible. Because if you shoot for the stars and you miss, at least you'll land on the moon.
Is that how the saying goes?
Yes.
I thought it was shoot for the moon and you land in the stars.
Nope.
Are we sure? I don't know.
Listen, the whole thing is like shoot for the impossible. And if you if you don't get the impossible done, at least you did something really impressive. Like you landed on the moon. Okay, now they're saying in the recorded group chat that Oxie is right.
I feel like it's more specific to land on the moon, and like if you miss, you're still somewhere in space, right? But if you like shoot for space and accidentally end up in the moon's atmosphere, that's like accidentally walking into the wrong that's like walking into the wrong post office and then suddenly you're like the CEO of Amazon. Like that feels like that's what that is like. Space is everywhere. And if you mess up space so much that you land on the moon, That's wild.
Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you land among the stars. We have little devices in our pocket that we could Google things, so we just chose not to.
No. We're also on computers. We could look it up, but
That's true.
no. I don't know.
Anyway,
but
bringing it back, I had a point that I
no
wanted
longer in space. We're off the moon.
We're coming back to
on
Earth. I had a point that I wanted to bring up in the topic of goals. So my kind of cherry on top to all of this is thinking about a goal as a deadline is very, very different than just having a goal that you would like to achieve. For instance, Oxie set himself a deadline last year, 2022. Sorry, it's going to take a while to have that. Oxie set himself a deadline. Like, I am getting my Infernal Cape soon.
I cannot stress this enough. Don't fucking do that.
Yes.
Don't do that. Don't set... Having things like, yes, having it done by the end of the year is a time limit. Don't, specifically with the Inferno, set a fucking time limit.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I would argue don't do it with anything.
Ooh, another superior. Elite combat achievements go burr.
It's a mindset thing when it comes to setting goals. Like, that's our whole conversation today, is setting a goal. And like you said, take a shot every time we say goal, because it's going to happen a lot. But setting yourself up to do something on your account to reach a milestone is fun. And we're playing a game to have fun. But like setting a deadline, like saying I have to max next month, it's hard. So that was kind of my tidbit of wanting to like remind people, like, when you're thinking about the goals for the year, try to avoid deadlining stuff, because there's enough deadlines in your life that you don't need it in this game.
Now here, I'm at a quiz for you, Michael. What's the difference between I have to max in a month and I think I'm going to max this month?
It's the mindset, honestly. If you think you're going to max this month and you don't, you're not looking back at the month and thinking that you failed. But if you say, I'm going to max this month, and you don't, then there's a slight bit of failure attached to that event.
You are correct. But in the way I was visualizing it, one of them is realistic. I'm not going to max this month. I'm not going to get 2,200 total or base 90s this month. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic. I'm going to get base 85s this month. I have one more level to do it. I'm going to get 99 Slayer this month. Is that a third superior Bloodveld in like 70 kills? Jesus, Michael.
Talk about
Elite
getting
combat
Slayer.
achievements go. Dude, for real, 99 Slayer is going to be quick with this. But it just brings it back to like goals being realistic. Like we'll look at a couple people in the clan are pretty close to max, right? And two people I'm thinking of off the top of my head. I know at least one of them's in the recording booth chat right now. Our boy Shadow is 2276 total level, right? He's gonna max in like a week.
Yeah,
because that's realistic. Unless a chain of like really terrible events happens, Shadow will probably be on Achievement of the Week next week for getting his max cape. That's a realistic goal of maxing. That's a realistic time frame of when that can be. Putting goals in a time frame is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Another person going for max who's probably going to want to stab me in the heart with an abyssal dagger after saying this, our boy Jake AIC STP. Right? He's been trying to set a time frame for maxing, but no time frame has really worked out. 99s aren't coming by the end of the year. It's too quick to max by like February. It's too long to max by October. So it's a really weird point of like, do I try to max at the meetup? What kind of effort do I have to put into that? Right? There's nothing wrong with putting a time frame on goals. if they're realistic.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to do some of the work that Jake is doing right now, who literally just said, I am buying a damn dagger in the recording booth chat. You have to put the work in to find that realistic time frame.
Yeah.
Take a shot every time I mention my goddamn Infernal Cape. I feel like an 80s celebrity who's still trying to like live out like the glory days of like 1984, talking about it so much, but it's a good example of a big goal that like, wow, I did not put a realistic time frame on that because I did not realize where I was skill wise as far as like gameplay. And specifically with skilling goals, there's really good ways to actually take into account when realistic goals could be. PVM goals really are a little bit tougher than that. Like if you want to obtain, if you want to get good at chambers, for example, there's not a realistic time frame on that because first of all, what defines being good at chambers? Second of all, like when is that? When are you going to know that you're good at chambers? Whereas I want to get 99 mining, right? First of all, second of all, you can look at that. You can look at how much XP you have left. You can look at the methods available. You can look at how much time you play per week, right? And you could realistically say, I'm probably going to get 99 mining by the end of March.
Yeah.
Right? You can look at that and you can figure that out. And now that might shift a little bit depending on where you are. You might get it a couple weeks into April because like maybe we hold a bingo or we hold something else where like you don't mine for a week. Or maybe you get COVID, you're fine, but you can't go to work. So you have 2 weeks of like, I'm going to learn how to 3T 4G. And you speed your time frame up by like a week and a half. And you end up getting 99 mining on like the middle of March, right? Time frames are okay. Deadlines are the problem.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. I know they are very similar, but the time frame is a more realistic thing versus like by this specific date I have to have this done. Right?
Yeah.
So, and again, you did it with your max cape. You said, here is where I am. I have a deadline of when I'm going to max this day in March. And then you expedited that a lot, right? And then you set yourself a deadline, but it was a realistic time frame. I'm going to max at the meetup. You could have maxed a week prior to the meetup.
Oh, yeah.
This motherfucker was pickpocketing at JCPenney, getting dangerously close to 99 thieves. Like, I was like shaking back and forth. The day of the meetup, Michael was like, don't worry, I know how much XP it is. Like, not even looking at his phone. Look at me. I'm like, Michael, stop thieving. Just stop it. He's like, I'm 16K away. I'm like, slow down. So you can set like a time frame when you get there, even if that time frame is a specific date, right?
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't feel like a deadline. I don't know if I'm talking in circles or making any sense. I hope I am, but
I think you are.
Jake, feel free to stab me at the North meetup if you'd like. You'll probably have a max cape by then, so hopefully it doesn't hurt as bad. But it's coming, my guy. I know it is. He's gonna kill me.
Yeah. Okay, Oxie. I've been thinking about this today. I thought about it a couple minutes ago. I think it would be fun if you took my goals list and I took yours, and then we kind of modified it. So in the spirit of friendship, you tell me how, like, I don't know, we give each other kind of a little push in the right direction of, I think you can do better, or this is where I think you should focus. We've done it before. I don't know. Like, I feel like
it was like a fun question, I think.
Was it a fun question?
It was a fun question because we had to kind of like go outside the box and like figure out, what we wanted to do. Because the obvious answer at the time was like Max Cape, Infernal Cape, but reverse it.
Yes.
So I think I said I wanted you to be like Raids 3 daddy or something.
Yes. And, okay. Yeah.
That did not.
What did I tell you?
Did not come to fruition.
So, you have my goals, I have yours. Do you have anything in mind?
Okay. we didn't talk about Michael's miscellaneous goals, and we didn't really talk about mine. I just got there is a goal on Michael's. I just looked at it. It says organize my bank. I'm laughing not because it's a bad goal. You guys, Michael has like 7,000 hours in this game. He has more game knowledge than a lot of people than I have seen. This man's bank looks like he started playing in the 4th grade and was just like, yup, we don't need placeholders. We don't need item tab. Literally, his bank looks like it's from 2005. There's shit everywhere. There's no organization. I like. Tell me why. Is it your bludgeon or your warhammer? Something is like not with the melee.
No,
gear.
it's both.
You have like a
I have to scroll all the way down to the bottom of my gear tab.
This
to
man,
grab my warhammer.
No. I don't mean like bottom of the gear tab. I mean like. This man, this might not be true. It is some sort of example. I know if you pull up your bank, we'll be able to figure it out. He'll have like full bandos, jaw, fire cape, a Vernic Defender in the same tab. Tab 1, that's the gear tab. In tab 4, it'll be Dragon Warhammer, Rune Pouch, House Teleport tabs. But then all the way over in tab 7, it's like a couple of potions. But the prayer potions are in tab 5. So it's like, like, Mike, please.
You got me, buddy.
Please. This is like that right there. Had you not put that on there, that's the goal I would have made for you. I'm sorry I took your thunder there, but holy shit, I don't think you guys realize how bad his bank is.
It was, like, the main reason is, like, I have bought bank space. I'm up to 920 spots. And I am 916. I've bought bank space, and I'm almost full. And I don't want to spend another 45 mil to get more bank spots. I just want to clean it out.
Dog, it's like you bought a mansion and then said to yourself, you know what? Closets. I'm just going to leave everything all over the living room floor.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so organize the bank is a big one. That we didn't get into my miscellaneous, but it's literally just like clue scroll milestones, 3 Slayer Helm recolors, and organize my bank.
Yeah, mine are like clue scroll milestones, 750 clog slots, and then I need to make a lot of money this year as my final miscellaneous goal. My bank value as of 1/1/23 at like 2:00 in the morning was 1,398,708,610 GP. I need my bank value to get to like 6 or 7 bill because we're trying to have Shadow, Ancestral, Tebow, Missouri, Torva, Inquisitor, Fam Braces, and a bunch of other random shit that it's just time for me to have. I've done a lot with a lot, and it's time for me to have big boy expensive gear. That's where I'm at. That's my like other big miscellaneous goal, I would say. But okay, so I have one really specific goal in mind that I think would push you in a completely new realm of where you are right now.
Okay.
But do you want me to go first, or are you still thinking of one for me? Where are we at?
I don't know that mine's going to necessarily push you. I don't know where. Okay, so you go first, and then I'll ramble.
Okay.
In a minute.
And again, this goal is to make you really step outside of your comfort zone where you are. I would call it a stretch goal, not a guaranteed goal, and it is very specific, right? I want you to become a good South Freezer at TOB.
South Freezer.
South Freeze at TOB. That is your stretch goal for the year from Oxie. You can put that in your little notepad. South Freeze at TOB.
Put that in the combat.
Yes, put that in the combat. Just you can even put from Oxie stretch goal South Freeze at TOB. I think getting to the point where you're going from, you're wearing Void with a whip, blowpipe, whatever, till you start bringing bandos. Maybe you start doing other rolls, start doing range rolls, start doing north freeze, things like that. I would like maybe other toppers sound off in the comments. Like, do we agree south freeze is probably the hardest roll to do? Just because of like maging Nilos, you're in charge of like freezing all the Nilos. You're in charge of getting south. You might have to catch all, like worst case scenario. Nilo makes it harder. Yeah, fear in the recording booth chat. I think South Freezer has the harder job at Nilo for sure. You're also first at the boss, so you have to spec and then drop and then run back to the pillar. And then you're first at Zarpus, so you'll get the poison first, like because it's just the ore border. So
yeah,
I think if you become a proficient South Freezer, you're gonna be it's gonna be totally different from like now to this episode next year. If that stretch goal is achieved, it's a totally different level of gameplay.
Nice.
So, and given where you are with Ray, and again, it's gonna suck to get there. The first couple of times are gonna suck. The amount of times, and Fear in the recording booth chat, he's been on quite a few tobs with me. How many times have I been like, all right, boys, South Freeze, I got this. I'm the best freezer in the West. You guys know me. No problems here. Get in 70% at Maiden on the wrong fucking spell book. Like what, it's just no. It happens, and it's gonna happen a lot. The backup freeze is not ready, right? Actually was needed for a backup freeze yesterday, and I was on Arceus because no one, they disrespected the backup freeze. So now I bring thralls. But yeah, I don't know. I think that would be a good stretch goal for you. And I know it's intense, especially compared to your other goals. But that's why I'm saying stretch goal. Because and I know you don't particularly enjoy PVM. So I think that might be a bigger part of it. Is enjoy PVM a lot more so that it doesn't feel like such a task.
Right.
To do South Freeze. Right?
I mean, the goal I have for the account, right, is to get ranked in most bosses, and I don't think that like 50 Tob is outside of the realm of possibilities.
It's absolutely not.
Yeah, with how many people enjoy Theater of Blood in our Discord and in our clan, learner Tobs are very prevalent around here. So
yeah,
I'll just hop in, and I think I have the gear. I mean, I don't have a scythe, but
do you have full elite void?
I do.
Then you're fine.
Fine. Okay.
Full elite void in the trifecta, you can learn Tob.
Sweet.
I would suggest base 90 melees for all of you out there who have those gear requirements. Base 90 melees, you're going to have a much better time. But full elite void, trifecta, you can Tob, no problem. There's some other small bits and bobbles like salve amulet, spec weapon, but
yeah,
that's far less important. When back in the day when we used to Tob with Kyle, he'd bring arc light and a DDS.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't have that was his spec reducing weapon and his DPS weapons. Like we would all send claws and shit like that in P3 and he would DDS and then we would hammer Soat and he would spec transfer because he didn't have a hammer.
Oh.
As an iron. So you can do it with a lot less, but
Sweet. So is it my turn?
I do think it's your turn. No, that is it. That is my one really specific stretch goal I think would be fun to watch you achieve this year. Is become a really good South Freezer.
All right. For you, my dear Oxie, I have two. One is not as serious and it's more of a meme. And the other one, it could be. But the first goal I have for you is to stop bitching about being Iron Man. Just stop. 2023, you're gonna keep it to yourself.
Respectfully. Respectfully. No.
No. It's a little demotivating having a group mate that's like, man, I hate it. I hate Iron Man.
I hate the game.
We're playing together, Oxy.
And that's why I'm playing it, because I'm having fun with my friends. Okay. In a vacuum,
I would love to make your experience better. And if there's any way I can help you, to enjoy our group Iron Man accounts, just let me know.
Keep playing. That's how
Yeah.
you help me enjoy group Iron Man, because I enjoy it when I'm doing things with other people, or I'm doing things because we have a group goal. They're not
Yeah.
my resources, they're our resources.
There are resources.
That is when group Iron Man is fun. My dragon bones I have to get for my prayer level makes me want to put my face in a paper shredder. I don't
It's
like
like
it.
I don't know. I don't know if you've just been like so conditioned as a main account that money is the end goal to buy things, but like I think part of and it might come more in the late game, but like the grind and the when you can look back and be like, I got every single bone, this level feels amazing versus buying 1,000 dragon bones and then just going and doing it.
I mean, it's gonna feel good, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I will not doubt that Iron Man does have a special sense of satisfaction that main accounts do not have. I think my biggest issue, I know I've talked about this before, is the quality of life that you don't get as an Iron Man that I really have been used to for like 4 years. It's not something I enjoy, right? Like, Michael, since you've known me, how many herb runs have I gone on my main account?
Couldn't tell you because I don't
Probably
think it's any.
0 on my main account. Because, like, I don't know. I don't find that kind of stuff very fun. And I'm trying to play RuneScape to have fun, right? I think Iron Man mode for me leaves such a sour taste in my mouth because it's like, there's always the meme of like, there's never like one goal is actually 70 other goals packed into one, you know? Like, it's happened to me before, and like some of it is fun, but when it's not fun, when it's, I really can't wait to grind Slayer and get Abyssal Whips, but I need prayer potions and I need the farming level and I need this and I need that. And it's like, holy shit, I just want to enjoy the game. You know? Whereas when I was a main account, there were a lot of struggles. I mean, when I am a main account, when I was a lower level and didn't have like the bank or the knowledge that I had now, I've told the stories before where like I would get like Raynar seed drops or Snapdragon seed drops, sell them and buy more prayer potions to finish that task.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that kind of money. And there was a sense of achievement of like, yeah, this is exciting. I've got money. I can enjoy the game because I can buy things. Like, I don't have to spend hours of my time, right? Like, if I run out of, look at that, 98 Slayer. I thought that was on my group Iron Man account.
Bro.
I thought that was on my group Iron Man account for a second. I'm like, holy shit, how did that happen? But I think, I don't know. My issue with Iron Man is truly just the lack of quality of life. And I feel like the daily scape grinds, like, I run out of prayer potions, I can buy more prayer potions, I can go back to doing what I find enjoyable. Versus I run out of prayer potions, then I have to make more, but I only have like 4 Raynars, and that's not enough to finish the task. So then I have to go get more Raynars from my patches, but I planted Irrit leaves because I need to train Herblore, not make potions. So now I have to wait another 90 minutes, and then I have to go get them, and then me, we're out of Snape grass. Like, oh, then I have to decant them. Like, bruh, I just want to finish my task. And I think for me, that's my biggest issue with Iron Man mode. Maybe I will come to love it, but truly the only thing keeping me afloat playing Iron Man right now is you guys playing it with me.
Yeah, it's the group.
Yeah, that for me is my big issue, you know? And hopefully it'll change, because I'm not trying to like be a Debbie Downer for the group, because I like you guys and I like playing RuneScape with you guys. Oh,
I don't know. I don't really see, and this may be a hot take, but I don't really see group Iron Man. If you have a consistent group of players, I don't really see it as like necessarily being an Iron Man. Yes, you don't have the convenience of going to the GE and just buying what you want, but you can rely on your fellow group mates heavily in saying, hey, TMD's the farmer. He's going to get us the supplies. Let's try and come up with a way that we can support him in his goals, that you just like, you're helping each other. It's a commune of of people all
Our resources.
our resources. Yes, hashtag our resources. I don't know. Again, it might be a hot take, but like it's very different than playing a solo Iron Man where you are the provider of your Raynars. So like you said, if you run out of prayer potions mid task, you're not doing that task anymore. Or you have to figure out a way to do it differently where you save spot and then you got to go buy runes. And it's like, I don't know. Early game Iron Man does suck. I'll give you that. Like going through 150 prayer potions in 3 tasks, not fun. That is so many prayer potions.
Yeah, that's yikes.
But my real goal for you, though, Iron Man mode aside, is you said 2,200 total is your goal, but that was your goal for last year, right? You had
we started. Let's see, what did we start with last year? How much progress did we make from? So we started 2022 with 2053 total level, and we are currently sitting at 2134. So we did not skill as much as we thought we were going to.
So my stretch goal for you that I want to amend is, and this one's hard because I don't know where you're going to end up if you were to hit your actual skilling goals. Like I haven't done the math to see, but you said you want to get fishing, fire making, wood cutting, prayer, and then 2 buyables. So if you got all of this to 99, I'm pretty sure you're gonna hit 2,200 total. So I want to push you a little farther. Let's try and hit 2,250.
God damn.
I think I'm looking at, shout out to the Lumbers Lounge. I'm looking at Carter. So if you look him up, it's CA space R space T space ER. So Carter, he's 2,248 currently. And where his account is at, it's like most of the 99s that you mentioned, he's gotten. And so it would just push you a little bit to like train some of the suckier ones. So you got to train crafting. You got to train whatever, you know?
I'm picturing
that scene.
I'm picturing that scene from, God, is it Order of the Phoenix or is it, no, it's, what's the one that comes after that? Harry Potter, not Order of the Phoenix, not Deathly Hallows.
I have no idea.
Half-Blood Prince. Oh my God, it's that scene from Half-Blood Prince where he's trying to feed Dumbledore the water. He's like, they're trying to kill me. Like screaming at him. You're Harry in that scene, and the shell is like mining training, and I'm just like, oh my God,
trying to kill me. So yeah, I mean, realistically, you're going to be over 2,200 total this year. It's bound to happen with all the skilling that you're going to do, but push yourself.
Okay.
Get 2,250. Get 2,240. Like put an exact number because 2,200 is going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, if we do, I could probably take a second and do the math here. Yeah, but I would agree. It's probably in the cards. Yeah, I probably do. Actually, we'll take a hot second. We'll just do it right now. So
we'll see you guys in a second.
So we just did some quick maths, right? I am going to be, if I do all my skilling goals I just listed out, and I do base 90s, and I get all my 99s, and I get my 2 buyable skills, whatever they are, my 2 closest right now are crafting and fletching, which couldn't feasibly be done without spending a bajillion dollars, right? So it's possible. I am going to be like over 2,200, or maybe like 2,205, something like that. So
we can find you 45 more levels.
I was going to say, you say that with such vigor. You're like, oh, we can find those levels, boy. Let me tell you. Yeah, I mean, I like looking at it right now. It's possible. It's definitely like there are like doing the brief theory crafting that I can do here. Hunter and thieving would probably be the next 2. Like those are probably 2 of the like more not terrible speed wise to train that like I wouldn't have to commit, like, because I don't think I'm in the place this year, at least not right now. I'm not in a place to want to lock myself to Zaya for several months. So that's kind of where I am at. Well, you know what I mean. Like I don't want to
different with Dayalt and
Guardians of the Rift.
Colossal pouch is very different.
But like I don't know, like mining, for example. I don't want to rely on other people for volcanic mine yet. Like I don't want to reassemble or get the band back together to do VM. You know, I don't think I was ever even in that band to begin with. So I think 2,250 is feasible. I just have to do a lot of like additional additional skilling theory crafting.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it's possible.
I just did the math, and if you take 2250 total and you
Mhm.
divide it by how many skills there's 23 skills. It comes out to 98. So you have to have base 98. That might be a problem. So we're gonna bump that down to 22.
I mean, 2050 isn't
2250.
We'd have to do some. We'll shoot for the stratosphere and land in the atmosphere, or
There you
whatever
go.
the saying is. We'll put 2250 on there.
Okay. Stretch goal.
Yeah, I'll put like a weird text color on it. It's like a What color do you want? It can't be green.
Purple.
Purple. All right, we're gonna change the text color to purple. That's Michael's stretch goal of purple for 2250 total level for this year. Base 98. God.
Well, it's like 97.8. So 2250 divided by 23 is 97.8.
Well, 97. You figure I've already got like 6 or 7 99s as it is. How many skill capes do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 99s already.
Yeah.
So
nearly another one with Slayer. And
nearly Slayer.
Annoying ones. I mean,
I
say that,
don't
but
know
like,
about all that. I have
agility and
85
mining.
I have 85 mining, 87 agility, and 86 rune crafting. So I don't know about all that.
Yeah, true. Well, I think that might be a good time to wrap it up. We're
I think so too. Yeah,
we're excited for this year. I'm
Yeah.
excited for this year.
And as always, like obviously, let us know what your goals are. We have a channel for it in the Discord on purpose. Like, please let us know, because that's just fun for us. You know,
Keeps you accountable in some way. Like putting it in there isn't signing a contract that says you have to do it, but it's nice and fun to look back and see what you did hit and what you didn't. On that note, though, do you have any goals that you had for 2022 that you, besides a fire cape, like any other miscellaneous? Because I have 3, and I think it'd be fun to just say, I got a purple in my name. That was a goal for 2022. I attempted the Inferno, whether or not you would call that a real attempt. I went in there, and I got max. Those are my 3 goals that I obtained out of my list. Because we did this fun thing where we had 22 goals for 2022. Arguably, most of my goals for this year came from that list. So I did 3 of them. So that's great.
Elephant in the room. I got an Infernal cape. That was kind of neat. I got my Jad Slayer helm. Got my Achievement Diary cape. I did a full Scythe rebuild. That was fun. And then I learned raids 3. I got a Rune Cup. I did a lot of the goals that I had for 2023 or 2022 rather. They were pretty cool. I got a lot of 99s. I finished my rebuild for the year. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 purples this year, I think.
Whoa.
Which, not that many relative, but
Wow.
you know, I achieved 2 of my stretch goals. We'll take that. I got the frog, and I got hard mode KC, so that's cool. So yeah, no, I would definitely say I achieved some of my goals for 2022, and I'm looking forward to just seeing more slashes next year, because I kind of I slash through everything when it's complete on the goal sheet. So we're looking for more slashes, you know. But
slashes in 2023. That's the new hashtag.
Yeah, we're optimistic. We're surely optimistic, but I do think it is break time. Yes.
Yes. All right, guys. We'll see you after this.
Ahoy there, citizens of Gillinor. My name is Captain Murphy, and I'm on the hunt for seamen. I need the hardiest seamen around, the best in all of Gillinor. What am I gonna do with all these seamen, you ask? I'm gonna take them out on my world-famous fishing trawler. Here at Captain Murphy's fishing trawler, we're going out to sea for a juicy bounty that only the open ocean can provide us. The seas at Gillinor are perilous, so grab your rod with both hands and fill your mateys' holes with that sticky hot tar. Yarg. The journey across the open ocean will be long and hard, but incredibly rewarding. You'll be coming home with enough fish to fill your sack for the next week, and if the luck of the sea be upon you, you might even leave with another man's soggy trousers. Yarg. Bring you and all your salty sea dogs down to Port Khazard and sign up to take a trip out on Captain Murphy's fishing trawler. Be the seaman you were meant to be. Yarg.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial break because I know that I sure did. It is time now for the best part of the show where we thank our lovely patrons who support us on patreon.com/Xpwaste. We'll always give a shout out every single episode to anybody in the Wise Old Man tier or the KBD tier. And like always, we're going to start with the Wise Old Man tier. Thank you so much to 10,000 Slugs, a guy named Spari, Escape Caution, Andrew, Elagio, Armadillo, Ballimer, Basket, Benjamin R, Pork Cherry, Both of These Nuts, Bradley, Bronzione, Buzz, SS, Casper, Chris, Hadadbod, Christian V, Cole, C. Gladney, Connor M, Cream Tam, D4 Drake, Daniel, Dean 709, Drum TXT, Duke Bradley, DWZK, D Falconer, Farmer Isaac, Fortimus, Francine 1225, Gecko, Hoof Hearted, I'm a Great Guy, Fear, Jack M, Jake, aka Deathbeds, Jake W, Jerry, John P, John S, Kevin B, Kiosk Bane, So Close, Potato Pancake, Posh Padre, Mag Morpheus, Miyamo Poppy, Mig Roll, Mike Oxmall, Mima, Moishan, Mud, Born from the Mud, Nastia MFer, Nick My Knack, 999, 999, Ninja Turtle Ruby, Obsidian Paladin, Old Mate Dill, Old Nikya, Okami Damashi, Ice, Purple Knight, Are You Swole, Real Crazy, Reclinatus, Root Tiggert 35, Russ of Fury, Salted Snail, Soggy Waffles, Shadow, Skalaxon, Sholdveg, Slay Oxus, Solaire OS, Taco Ninja, Tank Neek, The Chungaroo, The Rep Dog, THG Bang, Thormac, Tiger Guy, Troll, Two Tick, T-Pace Tyler, Underwear, Valdon, Weird Panda, Hualo. Thank you so much to everyone in the Wise Old Man tier again. You guys are awesome. We have 3 pages now of patrons. That's including KBD, but most of those guys, Wise Old Man. Moving on to the KBD tier, give a huge shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for your financial contribution to the show. Thank you. Starting with Bloodman, aka Young Kyle, Brokes70, Oxie's dad, my dad, all of our dad, Cloud Kicker, Dicky Bird, Evasive Ebu, GIM Stones, Impy Jones, the Lord Jake himself, Mark, aka I Steam, Rylithian, Satanbot 666, Seth Shep, can't say that without pronunciating because I have a lisp, Skooma 92, Spartan Fire, the Big G Jordy, the Crayola Crayon, and Toast No Toast. Again, thank you to everyone in the KBD tier. Couldn't do this without you guys. If you want to support us, you can head over to patreon.com/XPWaste. We have many tiers that you can join from $1 all the way to $25. Various different perks with each of those tiers as well. So, like I said, patreon.com/XPWaste. If you want to hear an extra episode, maybe join at Party Pete. If you want to have your name shouted out, Wise Old Man KBD. All around, shout out to the Gnome Child. I am done with Patreon, but we're going to get to the community question section now. And this is going to be a fun one because there's a lot. So, last week, 2 weeks ago, actually, that's probably why there's a lot. 2 weeks ago, we asked you guys, what is your greatest achievement in 2022? What did you achieve that you were the most proud of? I am going to rapid fire these because there is a lot. Here we go. Potato Pancake said, started playing OSRS, got full green graceful, played my first bingo, which got my first Barrows KC. 23 is full of goals. They went the trifecta, the fire cape, a 99 or 2, and maybe the quest cape. That's a lot of good stuff. Bingo is fun. Moist Sean says, definitely didn't do anything crazy. Most exciting thing was I got a champion scroll for my first Moss Giant Slayer task. Hoping to do more in 2023. Love it. RSN Daddy Sorry says, hey guys, great pod. This year I got a 1KC Trident and Kraken. Back to back BCP from Gardor. Hell yeah. And my favorite is a smoldering stone from the Hellhounds. Thank you so much, Daddy. Sorry. D2 says, getting my first Corrupted Gauntlet KC in over 50 attempts, then getting consistent at Corrupted Gauntlet. Hell yeah. Sitting Rat said, I started a new account January 1st, and I'm 2181 total with 699s left.
Damn.
My goodness. They got the Quest Cape, Achieve the Music Cape, Achievement Cape, and an 8-bell bank. Rune crafting, hunter, mining, fishing, woodcutting, agility is left. I think I've done good for 2022. And they have 7 pets. What a grinder. What a freaking grind. 799s left. Wait, 699s. My goodness. Joey says, planking at Inferno for a record 500th time. Wow.
I feel that one on a spiritual level. God damn.
Mottcat says 75 crafting. No way I'm going to get 70 smithing before the end of the year. I'm getting close to all of the quest requirements. Remember, Mottcat is UIM, so their grind is a little bit different. Jake AIC STP, aka Jake Deathbed, says, honestly, no real achievements have been made in the game. But, however, one of my favorite is hopefully bringing a year of fun and encouragement to the clan. Thanks to everyone in the Xpwaste, and we'll see you in 2023. Bro, thank you. I think you achieved a lot. Hoofhearted said, greatest achievement of 22 was getting married, but if we're talking about in-game, would have to be stepping outside of my comfort zone and signing up for bingo. Love that. Congrats on the marriage.
Yo, Pog wife drop.
Jacob M says, honestly, just got it today, Christmas Eve. So it should be an Oxie segment coming up next. Wink, wink. That's from Rezian. So
okay. Out. I know what Rezi had achieved.
But he didn't say.
I was gonna say, did he say anything? Because I know I didn't zone out that much, but I think I know what it is.
Nope. He said he's leaving it for Achievement of the Week, so that'll be fun.
Perfect.
Dill Pickle says, finding a great community that is supported and uplifts each other to achieve their goals. Thank you.
Aww.
That was your greatest achievement? Torin says, I've played since 09 and my character was transferred to RS3 when that happened. I stopped playing until mobile came out and started a new character on Osrs and only recently got the infamous Quest Cape. What a legend. Nathan says, in-game, 200 mil bank value, Barrow's Gloves, Fire Cape, Quest Cape, and base 60s. IRL, they got their contractor's license, set up a business, and will hopefully make some real adult money.
Hell yeah. We love adult money.
Love that. D4 Drake says, my greatest achievement in 22 was coming back to RuneScape after 5 years. I graduated college, got married, and now have a 1-year-old. I'm somehow convinced my wife to play on a daily basis. That's amazing. Congratulations on achieving the wife playing RuneScape. Double Golden says, I think I exited the mid-game. I went from 0 to all of the hard diaries done, got Elite Void, first Quest Cape, first Fire Cape, first raids, and 160 KC at Vorkath.
Hell yeah.
Listening to you guys has got me motivated, and I'm loving RuneScape. Boy, howdy. Real Crazy says, my greatest achievement in 22 in RuneScape was discovering this podcast and TNL. It got me back into the game after a long hiatus. Thank you so much. Oh, and I got my first solo kill.
Hell yeah.
Real Crazy, shout out to you. Thank you so much for saying that.
That's real crazy.
That means a lot. User 1114440, they said, I got my first set of Barrow's Gloves. I don't know who you are because it just has numbers, but congratulations. Hightower says, my first pet was this year for my favorite skill, woodcutting. Got the beaver. Got him at 90 and excited for the forestry update to go for my first 99.
Hell yeah.
I forgot about forestry and now I'm excited again. One Dr. Bread says, I got my very first level 99 being mining on December 18th. That is a good one to get out of the way, Dr. Bread. So good on you.
I was going to say, the road to max has now been paved pretty easily now.
Yeah, now you're on golden bricks to the road to max. Josh
golden
says, I got my
mined with your bare hands.
Gold brick, yes. Josh says, I got my first fire cape. Me and my fiance got a quest cape together, and then we got married in October. Not too shabby. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Love the pod. Congrats on Max and Infernal Capes. Thank you.
See, right there, that is why that guy got a quest cape and got married because of it. probably not solely because of that, but that's what I'm gonna chalk it up to. So
Mhm.
get your damn quest capes,
Get your
because
damn
then
quest cape.
you find the one. You get the boo thing once you get the cool capes. You know, so
Yeah. James says, achievement diary cape. Coming from somebody who's single, by the way.
for now.
For now, he hasn't gotten his quest cape yet. Congrats, James. Love to hear it. Lord Maticus says, first ever 99 quest cape and another handful of 99s. Been a gainsful year. Gainsful.
Hold on. Did we actually say what James got?
Achievement diary cape.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely you said achievement diary cape and then started a new sentence and then
I
said
know.
congratulations, James. I'm like, did we just forget to read his achievement?
It's one of those I had the thought mid read and I was like, I have to say this or I'm not going to. So, yes. Congratulations, James and Lord Maticus. Second to last on our Spotify replies, Philip says, took up group iron account from start to finishing SOT. Getting my first gauntlet KC.
Damn.
First gauntlet KC ever.
Trying. You'll get
That's
it.
live. Not editing that. And finally, Young Mac getting 99 fishing following the only giant mole guide you need on Earth. Monk's robes, D-long, rune full helm, strength ammy, and a rune kite.
At least someone respects it.
Did I say fishing? Getting 99 strength. They got
I was
99
gonna say,
strength.
it didn't make sense, but knowing Young Mac, I would
He
have
would've got
thought
there.
that he wore that outfit anyways to
Yeah.
get 99 fishing. So either way, the man respects the best guide out there.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you,
Congrats,
Young Mac.
The first two 99s were pretty all right as well. So they got 99 strength following some guy named Oxie's guide to killing mole.
You're goddamn right.
All right. That is it for the Spotify replies. Now moving over to the pinned comment on YouTube. We asked the same question. What is your greatest achievement in 2022? Shinkiro says, my first fire cape. Gotta start somewhere. Hell yeah. 10,000 Slugs says, fire cape and 99 thieving. I remember
yeah.
his thieving grind, and it was
I do
it was
too.
fun to watch. Evasive Ebu says, getting my Missouri crafting kit solo was the most hype achievement I have had this year. Jordy says, before 2023, I wanted to get 2,000 total, which I achieved. First Forecath KC and first Zulra KC, and they played in bingo. Love it. Furrywall says, getting a work from home job so the gains never stop.
Honestly, that's all that
That's
right
all
there.
you need, right? Oh, Aaron says, started my account, did Springo, King of the Hill for Fall Bingo, got their fire cape, their quest cape, and they're shooting for their first Zulra and Gauntlet. Hell
Good.
yeah. King Aaron. Is that the guy that everybody talks about his RNG being cracked? I can't remember. Somebody
I don't
sound
know.
off in the comments. Reven says, noob here, haven't played since 2016, and I never made it past level 40 in any skill. I started an Iron Man a couple months ago and got full Graceful and full Prospectors. Those are two of my greatest achievements so far. That is amazing. Great things to get out of the way. Now, what you do your hard diary step, and you sell the Prospector back for the upper floor. Ian said, my greatest achievement has been getting involved with the awesome Xpwaste/TNL group. I joined in December of last year, and getting involved this year has totally changed the game for me. Here's to another year of cheering each other on. Thank you, Ian.
Yeah.
I don't know your in-game name, but thank you.
It's probably gonna be someone we talk to every single day. Too.
Right. Like,
We're gonna look like shit, but
Oh.
still, we appreciate you. We're glad
Um,
you're here.
Yeah. Colton says, first fire cape and quest cape. Finding this community to make the game a much more social experience, improving the level of fun. Fizzle says, saying yes to more PVM related content, going to God Wars Dungeon and a raid here and there. PVM is something I've wanted to do more of, and I'm proud of myself for following through it. A lot of that has to do with finding this nice community of people to play with. So thank you all for being so incredibly kind and welcoming. You guys I love each and every one of you. Like, it's not me or Oxie. Like, they're not talking about me and Oxie. They're talking about everyone in TNL.
Because Lord knows we're not friendly and welcoming at all.
Couldn't do it without you guys. Tiger18 says 99 mining. They got 99 mining. Hell yeah.
That's a lot. A lot of you guys are just doing the mining, man. You gotta.
Hell yeah. Goth says 99 agility, Missouri backpack, and the Bandos pet after 2400 plus KC.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Jake B, I don't know if you're one of the normal Jakes that we have, but you probably are. Starting my Iron Man account, getting my first 99, which is fishing and fire making, and then taking a break for 3 months, and now slowly coming back to the game and trying to push into content I have never done before. That sounds like the quintessential Iron Man account. You go to Wintertod, and then you go to Temporos, and then you just kind of burn out.
Because you say then you don't play for 6 months. Ready, break.
Die by Blade says, this year was massive for me. I got my first fire cape and my first quest cape, and also my first pet. They got the mole pet.
Nice.
Finally, to round us out on the community question of this last 2 weeks, Inferno 111114 says 2K total level. Congratulations. I do have a slight call out from last week's episode. It's small, but Mr. Two Tick, we got onto him for editing his comment about we got onto him about editing his comment for his prediction for what would be at the summit. Like we're like, oh yeah, he edited it.
It was edited. It was sus.
He literally he says he edited it to add his name. So sorry, Mr. Two Tick, for calling you out there. So all right, guys.
Doesn't make it any less sus, just say.
Yeah, you're still sus. Guys, that is it for the community question this week. Thank you so much to everybody who did answer. If you want to answer this week's question, it will be.
But you already know what the community question has to be, Michael. You know what it has to be.
Goals related?
You know what it has to be.
Okay.
All right. Let's tone it down, though, because we've seen what you guys have been posting in Discord, and I'm not going to post a paragraph. So, like, I think we could tone it down a bit. So, I got you, Michael. I got your back this week.
Oxie's going to say it.
What is the goal that you are most looking forward to completing? Not your overarching goal, not your like biggest goal. The
your
one you
list
are
of
most
goals. We don't want your
looking
list
forward.
of goals. Yeah.
Yeah, the one you are most looking forward to completing. What is that goal?
Yeah.
Ready, break.
You can find that on the community question section on Spotify or the pinned comment on this YouTube video. Thank you, guys. It is now time to throw it over to my amazing co-host for a great catch, and he's going to do Achievement of the Week. And I'm gonna cook some more fish.
Perfect. I'm gonna keep killing these abyssal demons with bursting. Abyssal demons are not a very fun task. When I first unlocked abyssal demons, I was like, let's go. I see no god down here but me. This is great. I extended them. I loved it. I'm like 3,000 kills deep. Man, I'm so ready for this to be done.
3,000?
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm not enjoying bursting. They're not fun to burst, man. They bounce you all over the place. But
you
know what doesn't?
We're not going to get into it.
You know what doesn't bounce you all over the place? The achievement of the week.
Hey.
That's. I don't know where we're going with this, but like we said, there's going to be tangents. So, oh my God. Starting in the miscellaneous category this week. Mind you, this is 2 more weeks of achievement of the week. And I actually went back to the correct date this time. So we should be good. We're all set. We got all the achievables. They're all here, right? Starting with the miscellaneous category, we only have quest capes in these last 2 weeks, but they range far and wide as far as dates go. So we have Not Aaron Pronus, not entirely sure. Pronus, we're going to say that. Pronus Mailt, Meilt, Mailt. Your name has been in Discord for a while. Melty.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm sorry. It's one of those, oh yeah, I've seen your name 1,000 times in Discord, but have never said it out loud. So you also got a quest cape in the last 2 weeks. Sergeant Soggy, at least I think that's what that's supposed to be. SGT. Is that Sergeant? I think so. Sergeant Soggy.
Yeah.
Chris, and Parker J, who actually just got his quest cape today. They got their quest capes this week. Thus kind of capping off the miscellaneous section. Pretty chill miscellaneous section, but again, nothing ever wrong with that. Jumping over to combat now, to the first fire capes, man. So many of you get it's my favorite thing. It's always my favorite thing. We have Jonawa, Jonewa. They need like a text to speech option in
They really
Discord,
do.
honestly. Love to Spooge, that's a name. Angry, ChemKid73, and the Tiger Guy all got their first fire capes. I think it was online when the Tiger Guy got his. Was that New Year's Eve? Was that yesterday? No, that wasn't yesterday, was it? 2 days ago, maybe? Somebody got their first fire cape, and I was online for it, and it was quite exciting. But we have some more notable PVM firsts this week. A lot of Gauntlet and a lot of Zulrah. Glad to see you guys embracing the hard content. We've also got some double doubles this week, I'm pretty sure, as well. So Tanto Tricks completed his first Corrupted Gauntlet. Cloud Kicker with his first Gauntlet. Wem YSS. WEMYSS.
He's been blowing it up with his achievements.
He really has. Because he completed his first Gauntlet and his first Corrupted Gauntlet. Also pretty sure he got Song of the Elves done. It's probably a big contributing factor as to how and why he's getting all these kills. Not Aaron with his second appearance of Achievement of the Week with Gauntlet and Zulrah. Butter 6000 with his first Zulrah. Arionyx, my fellow tribe member over in Ark, got his first Zulrah this week. And Sergeant Soggy with his second appearance. He got his first Zulrah and his first Corrupted Gauntlet KC this week as well. Continuing on with combats in the achievable section of combat. Words are hard. This guy is mad at me because I keep getting bounced around. He's attacking Abyssal Demons with a Slayer helmet, but full Justiciar for some reason.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, he's not praying. He's a main account. I don't understand, but I'm letting him vibe.
Listen, you don't share the barrage spot. If somebody's there, you hop. If you want to go
I mean,
kill them one
by
one, go to the main entrance.
Well, as much as I would love to be that guy, I have things to do, and I'm not going to be that guy. The things I had to do are listing off the combat achievement completions. So Nate Dogg completed the easy combat achievements, and Eisenberg completed the medium combat achievements. Not a whole lot of combat achievement completers as opposed to last week, but we're making progress, and I love to see it. Rounding out the combat section of this here achievement of the week, we have dear friend Fear Garden, who finally obtained his cursed phalanx. He got the drop, completed the 500. Quite the journey to get it, but he did get his phalanx, so he's got the Fang kit. He's fully kitted out, got all the fancy schmancy stuff. Finally, capping off achievement of the week with skilling. We mentioned him earlier that he'll be mentioned next week, but he's starting off this week, Mr. Shadowblade with 99 runecrafting and 99 slayer.
Hell yeah.
Hyla, our boy, with 99 slayer. 2KJ with 99 woodcutting and 99 farming. Evilon Olive, which I think is his fourth. It's fourth 99. 99 strength at Corp. Jaharis, I feel like that's a Game of Thrones name, but I've said it before and I'm still never sure.
Yeah.
99 mage. Wemyss, WEMYSS, with his second appearance this week with 99 hit points. Chris, with his second appearance, 99 hit points. Rezihan, from the community question this past week, his achievement that he said he wanted me to shout out, he got 99 attack, 99 strength, and 99 defense. I didn't watch the video and I wasn't able to be at the party, but he DM'd me about it. He's like, hey, you like funny 99s. What's a good way to do it? Like, what's a good place? What's a good way to do it? I'm like, honestly, do it on the same tick. Like, find a weapon where you can, I don't know where, because like I don't know what place is special to people,
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, if somewhere is particularly special to you, go there. But, like, it would be pretty unique to get 399 notifications at the exact same time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's what he did, but I know he got all three of them in the same day because he was really close. At the same party. So whether it was the same tick, I'm not sure, but I know it was at the same party. Dean 709 got 99 fletching. Evasive Ebu got 99 mining. Polando 96 got 99 attack. Nub got 99 woodcutting. Nub is a free-to-play Fresh Start World skilling account, and I think he's one of the first people to have 99 woodcutting
yes.
on free-to-play.
They
I think
mentioned
he's
it in their comment. Like,
Yeah,
Like
he's like
first
ranked
20 or something?
Yeah, he's like ranked 27 total for old school fresh start worlds, and he's the first free to play person
Free
to
to
do it.
play.
First
That's
free to play,
insane, dude.
and he's like the top 30 for 99 woodcutting right now.
Congrats.
Stin got 99 construction. A Frightened Couch got 99 prayer. Planker got 99 fishing. Bat Fastard got 99 agility. And Mech NG. I thought it was Mech Engine. Turns out it's Mech NG. Got
Okay.
99 Slayer. I want to say that's his group Iron Man. Maybe his Iron Man. I'm not entirely sure. And just because I wanted to keep him on his toes a little bit, because he's always giving me shit about Achievement of the Week, Jake AICSTP achieved 99 rune crafting. And I wanted to save that one for the last 99 just so he could listen to all of them, think, am I going to get shouted out? You are, Jake. You absolutely are. You're rounding off the 99s this week.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations on 99 rune crafting.
It's huge.
Killing it, man.
Jake, literally, dude, that's like you're setting yourself up to be able to max this year, and it's great. Because I always say, get the big 3 out of the way, and you've gold, like you have like Oxie said earlier, you've paved your way to max in gold. The road to
Boom.
max is paved.
Road to max is paved, baby. Speaking of road to max, you say, Stin with an additional achievement with 2200 total level.
Damn.
And speaking of achieving the maximum total level of 2277, we have 2 people in the last 2 weeks who have done that. We have Taco Cat, who is now very excited for the new skill because they have something else to do. And Gecko. Yeah, we've shouted out Gecko quite a bit in these last couple of weeks, but he finally did it. He finally maxed at the Draenor Willows. And I think I had my company work party that day, and it was like at the exact same time. And I
Damn.
saw the notification and was like, damn it, I am not going to be there. I actually was pretty disappointed. I wanted to be at that party because, like, I don't want to not go to people's max parties.
Right. You only
Like,
max
that's
once.
so much fun. You only max once. So I apologize I couldn't make it to that. But with those maximum skill capes, that does round out Achievement of the Week. Keep doing things that are awesome. And if you do things that are awesome, come over to our Discord, discord.gg/OSRSTNL. Come hang out and come post about the awesome stuff you do in game, because it's a lot of fun for us to watch and talk about and celebrate along with you. And even if you didn't get shouted out, we still appreciate it. There's a lot of people who do, like, they put individual quests or like normal levels, base levels, completing all hard combat diaries, things like that. All those are all achievements and goals that have been completed that are fun to like GZ and celebrate with one another. And we do it in the clan as well. So, like, come hang out. It's a lot of fun. We also have other fun channels as well. The Pets channel's been getting a lot of love lately. Keep it up, folks. You're doing fantastic. It's rare that the Achievement of the Week doesn't go longer than the community question,
I know.
but here we are.
We're done.
It was a thick community question, but the Achievement of the Week was not as thick. The Achievement of the Week is only 2 C's this week, whereas the community question was a good 5.
I heard a lot of not a lot. I heard some various shout outs that I read in community question also get shouted out in the Achievement of the Week. So
They probably achieved it very recently then.
recently, yes, in the last 2 weeks.
Within the last 2 weeks, exactly.
I have a fun question for you. Right off the dome. I asked about it
off
off
the
the
rip.
dome.
Okay,
I know.
wow. We haven't had one of these in a long time.
This is off the
baby.
dome, boys. I asked in the recording booth chat, and they did not deliver. So they delivered. I just don't like any of them. Love y'all. Anyway, Oxie. What? Okay, this is kind of a weird one, but I looked over and I have a tower of dice sitting on my
Yeah. Mhm.
PC. I want to know from you, what are the odds that you would accept? So, for instance, 1 in 50, 1 in 10, 1 in 1,000. What are the odds that you would accept to roll a dice where the outcome would be, if you hit the designated number, your account is deleted. But if you don't, you get 1 bill in GP. And for every 10, so for instance, say like if it's 1,000, if it's 1 in 1,000, you get way less money. You get like maybe 10 mil. But like if it's a reasonable number, so like 1 in 10, so you have a 10% chance of losing your account, then you get the 1 bill. I don't know. It's like I said, it's off the dome. I didn't really think about it.
This account gets deleted permanently.
It's
no
gone.
way to recover. Nothing. Gone forever. Forced to play my Group Iron Man account as my main.
Yeah, everything you did on that account is gone. Nothing. You cannot get it back. It's deleted. What are the odds that, like, I know that money is like not a huge thing, but I just think it would be fun to say like
the higher the number,
the less money.
The less money I get. Okay.
Let's just say fun. Okay, you would get 100 billion GP at a 1 in 10, and then for every 100 that you add, so it's like if it's a 1 in 100, you take
every
off,
0 you add.
Every 0 you take off. Yeah.
Okay. Every 0 you take off a 0.
Maybe. I wish I had thought of this more because this could be an interestingly worded question, but like
this is like a horror.
I just want to know
prompt. Like
what
I
want to know at what odds would you risk your account essentially for monetary gain? Jake said 1 in 2 to delete. Let's go. 50% chance.
Jake's coming home with like 700 bill. Oh my god.
Now, it doesn't have to be money. Like, it could be a 1 in 10 chance that your account gets deleted, but then if you roll like a special number, you are instantly maxed. I don't know. This is fun.
So this is like a horrifying scenario where like there's like nine of these boxes contain amazing gifts, but one of these boxes contains a swarm of bees.
Yep.
And we're not going to tell you what it is. That is horrifying. So given the number you gave, right? Like 100 bill, 100 billion GP for 1 in 10, right?
Yeah.
So that's what? 10 billion GP for 1 in 100.
Sure.
1 billion for 1 in 1,000.
Yep.
And then
we can do that.
What would it be? Would it go down to 1 million or would it go down to?
Let's do 500 mil.
500 mil for 1 in
10,000.
1 in 10,000.
Okay.
I mean,
and then you say 1 million GP at 1 in 100,000. That's like there's no way. Like 1 in 100,000.
I mean,
and you could do it as many times as you want. How about that?
No thanks.
Okay.
I mean, all right, at a bill, I feel like I could be comfortable. I'm getting like squirmy just thinking about it. I feel like 1 in 1,000 is a good level because you get. Is it a bill for 1 in 1,000?
No, it's 1 in 1,000. It was 10 bill for 1 in 100. Yeah, a bill for one.
Okay.
I mean, a billion GP in RuneScape is not. It's not like account changing for you.
It is.
You know?
That's a twisted bow. That's
you can't even
shadow.
buy a twisted bow for a billion.
Yeah, but I could sell other things.
Oh, sure.
Like
sure,
if I got a billion GP right now, I would sell Bandos, Prims, and we'd be mid game rocking it at top with the Scythe and the Tivo or the Scythe and the Shadow.
Would you do it at 1 in 500?
Hell no.
For a billion GP.
Bro, my first instinct is to do this at like 1 in 200 million. Give me like a single gold piece every time my account doesn't get deleted. But like, I don't care. I'll run it once. I want to roll an GP. I'll go, thank you, sir. But for the sake of fun, for the sake of like, you know, the experience.
Yeah.
I have no problem doing 1 in 1,000, but I'm not happy about it.
Okay.
Because it scares me.
We're going to do this right now live. I'm going to roll. I'm going to ask Siri to give
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean we're going to do it live?
The number is 669. And I'm going to ask Siri to give me a number between 1 and 1,000. You're not deleting your account. I just want to see.
I was going to say, what type of sick, twisted,
no,
saw level shit is this? Michael was like, if it lands on the number, you're going to delete your account.
Give me a number between 1 and 1,000. 797. You're safe.
That is a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, you're safe.
I don't like that.
You would have got
much
a bill
at all.
Hey, but in our fantasy world, you have a bill now. And
All right,
you
well
risk
now
your account.
now I'm gonna risk my account. Let's do it 5 more times. Roll
Okay.
it 5 more times and see what happens.
Okay. Give me a number between 1 and 1,000. 22. Give me a number between 1 and 1,000. 445. Give me a number between 1 and 1,000. 56. And finally, give me a number between 1 and 1,000. 933. Dude, you got 5 bill. You just did it
Perfect.
5 times.
I did it
just
6
rolled-
times total. That's 6 bill. That's all the money I need this year, and I don't delete my account. I will take that.
Yes.
But now, just for laughs, let's do a 1 in 10. And
1 in
just
10.
see.
Okay.
Does my account get deleted at 1 in 10, or do
I'm
I
gonna
have all
ask
the money in the
you.
game?
Right. What is the number? What is the number it has to hit?
The number it has to hit is 4. 4 deletes my account.
Give me a number between 1 and 10.
Come on, baby.
2.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's 2. So
We're
you got
keeping the
100
account,
bill.
boys. Let's go. All
You
right.
just did a 10% chance to delete your account.
I'm gonna puke.
All right. Now, what is my number? Realistically, if you asked me that today and it was actually a real thing, and you said at 1 in 100 you would get 10 billion GP, I would do it. No questions asked. A 1% chance. And we're gonna do it right now. What is the number, Oxie?
It's got to be 69.
69. Okay.
It's got it's got to be 73. How
73?
about that?
The
It's got to
final
be
number? Okay.
73.
Give me a number between 1 and 100. 34. Baby, 10 bill. Easy. I set my account up for life. And it was only 1%. Man, you're really, I don't know. I feel like if that was an actual question, I would risk it for 1 in 100. And if in a fake question, like in a fantasy world, 1 in 10, no questions asked.
Then roll it, baby.
'Cause
1 in
nothing
10.
happens.
What's the number?
The number is 6.
6? All right,
Yeah.
roll it.
Give me a number between 1 and 10. Oh, it was 4.
Ooh.
That's another
Short
100 bill.
bullets here, boys. All right, let's end this on an interesting note. Let's give it a 33% chance to delete the account. Michael,
Okay.
pick a number between 1 and 3.
1 and 3?
Yep.
All right. 3. Here we go. Give me a number between 1 and 3. Oh, I still
He
got
lives. He lives.
it. All right, what's your number?
I'm picking 3 as well.
Okay, here
Let's
we go.
see.
Give me a number between 1 and 3. Oh, it's 1.
All right. We live another day,
Bro,
boys.
we're both keeping our accounts on this fake game of odds.
We live another day.
That was not
and
nearly as fun as us losing our accounts for this stupid fun question. Anyway.
Do we? Like,
Oh.
at this point, we're playing with fire. Roll the 1 and 2. The
1 and
number
2?
that
The
number that
50%?
kills us. The number that kills us is 1.
Both of us?
Let's do it. The number that kills both of us is 1. Let's do this.
All right. Give me a number between 1 and 2.
It's over, boys.
Was that it?
We're in the bin. It's over, boys.
50% chance and we're out of there.
50% chance we failed. We
Bye,
failed the
everyone.
50%. We're out of
Man.
here.
How much money or what would it, I don't know. That's just something to ponder about when you're in the shower and you're lonely. What would it take for you to get a 1 in 2, like a 50% chance that you, on 50% of the time you lose your account and 50% of the time you get something amazing? I don't even know if it would be money for me. I don't know. Like, it's not, I don't think there's anything that would make me risk my account for a 50% chance. Like, I could just keep playing. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah. I
like
don't know.
unlimited membership would be cool. That would be kind of
no,
neat. But like,
no, it's not. Like you have a job with salary. Like it's not
Yeah.
worth it. Like just buy Premier Club. Like it's not worth it.
True. I need to do that. Thank you for reminding me. Go buy Premier Club, guys. Listen,
Not
if you want to
sponsored,
send us,
but we should be.
we should be. If you want to send us a fun question, there are I just burped and I edited it out. Okay, listen, that's why Oxie's laughing.
That's good.
You can do that 2 ways, 2 main ways. You can send us a postcard, or you can post it on Discord. If you're a patron, you have access to the fun questions chat. Otherwise, you can just DM it to me or post it in Xpwaste chat, and we'll make sure to note it down. Send us a postcard, post it in Discord. You can also email us. That works too. xpwastepod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. But Oxie, I do think that is the end of this episode. If you guys can, please, if you're on YouTube, subscribe, like, and drop a comment down on the community question. Helps us a lot. I don't know. We should like next episode come up with some like Xpwaste as a podcast goals. I think that'd be fun. Maybe hit like 10K subscribers this year. You guys can help us out with that. But yeah, if you're on YouTube, do all the normal YouTube things. Follow us on Spotify. That's a new thing. Give us a rating, maybe, if you can. And join the Discord. discord.gg/OSRSTNL. If you want to help us monetarily, we have a shop, xpwaste.shop. You can buy merch and rep it around. And you can finally join our Patreon, patreon.com/xpwaste. I think that's everything. Thank you so much, guys, for an amazing 2022 and all the kindness you've shown us, talking about the love for the community. Freaking appreciate you. And here is to a 2023 filled with love and more community greatness. So
And more gains, most importantly.
Gains.
Go, baby.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye, everyone.